Kadabra, welcome to my live. Boop. Guys, let's let the magic in tonight. Let's let the magic in tonight. I wasn't on yesterday, sorry about that. I had one of those dark nights of the soul, and listen, I'm still learning. As a Scorpio, when I have a dark night of the soul, sometimes it's too intense. I just don't have the ability to jump on here and push through. And I didn't want to risk spreading any kind of negative energy or anything. So I just took the night off, but I'm back tonight and I'm feeling good, guys. It's been a great day, and we're going to welcome in pure positive energy. Let's have fun. Let's pull some cards, do some tarot. Got a couple of decks here. Let's hang out. Let's build community. Tomorrow I launch my Magician Circle. And, you know, I'm starting out with a small group, just 2 ladies. But you know what? I'm going to give it my all tomorrow night. I'm still taking sign-ups, so if anybody wants to jump in and sign up before we start tomorrow. Let me see. Can I comment on here? How do I comment? How do I leave a comment? Hi there. Welcome in. Who just joined? I'm doing it vertically, so I don't know where the hell the comment is for me. Am I stupid? Am I old? Let's see, chat, all messages. Hi there, welcome in. Let me know who's here. Throw a like on that live and I'll pull a card for you. If you're not subscribed already, if you go and subscribe, like the card, like the live, all right, well, your loss, not mine. I was gonna give you a free tarot reading, but you decided not to. Welcome in, who's here with us? Hi there, welcome in. I'm just getting started actually. I just came on a second ago. Welcome in, say hi, let me know where you're from. If you want a tarot reading, let me know. Been a good day, quiet day, just hanging out here, doing some tarot, pulling some cards, hanging out. Let's welcome in some energy. Let's do some light language. Makosha hekimikato kumokosakai. Itimakerebikutu kuchintu kuchichi pakatlakamunukai. Ikerebekikikitnemakohoto kokohoto kuchikalai. Amakokoshoto koshoto kishiti kishimokoshoto koya okukunomokosoto kaya lavakoshotakai. I do sometimes. I do have a brick background. Have we chatted before? Have you been on the live before? Oh, 21 people on here? How the hell did that happen? Hi there, welcome everybody. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe and like the live. I offer everyone a 1 tarot card, a 1 card reading for free in exchange for liking the live and subscribing. I was just doing some light language. I'm sorry if no one knows what light language is. It's sort of like speaking in tongues, which they do in Christian churches. And I was doing that to bridge the gap. I opened my eyes and there's 21 people in here, 25 people in here. Hey, Lissa, welcome in. Hey there, Kaden. Hey there, Parker. What's that, FFS, for fuck's sake? That was kind of rude. What, for fuck's sake, what, you shocked how good looking I am? I'm rocking those good looking Italian vibes, Parker. Did my good looks overcome you? You weren't sure what to do? They like my chanting? Did they? Kaden, would you like me to pull a tarot card and give you a 1 card reading? Anybody that would like a 1 card reading, go ahead and subscribe to my live and then like the live and I'll pull a card for you. I'm on the vertical, Lissa, and I can't see where the where I could put a comment. I gotta try to put a comment on there. You know, Kaden, you're from Florida, did you say? Kaden, tell me your age and your zodiac sign, and then throw a like on the live for me, and I'll pull a card for you. And then Lissa, I'll pull a card for you in just a second. Lissa's been one of my regulars on YouTube since I started on here. I was going live on TikTok for a few months, and it just wasn't working out for me. And then the past few weeks, I've been on YouTube. Is that 14 years old? You're not 14 years old, right? That's not what you mean? Oh, sorry. No, I don't allow kids in here. I'm going to have to remove you. Sorry about that. 18 and older, brother. The chat says 18. The chat says not for children. How did the 14-year-old get in here? If I gave him a card previously, he did not tell me he was 14. I don't do tarot if even anybody's 17. It's got to be 18 and older. So if I spoke to that kid before and I pulled a card for him, he did not tell me his actual age. That's okay. Yeah, I just don't put, this card keeps falling out. The Seven of Wands. I think the energy is that you got to be prepared when success hits, when you're in the public eye. You can have a lot of people coming at you. Can you deal with that? I got to be honest, sometimes I wonder if I could deal with people I know being upset that I found success. But then I think, fuck them, I earned it. Hi there, Terrence, welcome in. Hi there, Rolf Zimmer, welcome in. If you guys are new to my live, go ahead and subscribe first and throw a like on there. Help the channel grow, and I'll pull a card for you and give you an intuitive reading based on the single card for free. Welcome everybody, just getting started. I can't play copyrighted music when I'm on the YouTube lives, like on TikTok, so you gotta deal with this quiet background music. '27, hey there everybody, welcome in. Let's get those likes going. You guys wanna throw some likes on there for me in exchange for a reading? Go ahead and subscribe first and like the live, and I will pull a card for you, give you an intuitive reading. The likes help. You know why? When people find the live later on and they see a lot of people liked it, it gives you credibility. You know, it like validates you. I'm down to one phone right now. The other phone the other phone I was using, the old iPhone 7 was the one I was using for the past few months to do these lives and everything. But I noticed the videos were like getting more and more blurry looking, so I switched to this more updated iPhone, which I don't even know what this one is. I think this one's even outdated. I think this one is a 10 plus, or an X plus. I don't know. I'm not. What's my dream? I don't know what's your dream. My dream is I don't know. I'll tell you guys later. Does anybody want a card reading? I have a lot of dreams. Let me get some music going again. My dream right now is to build my tarot business. To make a living just doing tarot and spiritual teaching. How about you? What are your dreams? Would anyone like an intuitive card read in exchange for subscribing to my channel and liking my live? Why would it get yeast infections? No, it doesn't. I'm clean. Do you get yeast infections? Do you not shower? Do you not bathe much? Listen, I'm sorry that this guy's being so gross. He's just immature. He needs help. He was raised by wolves. No, that's an insult to wolves. No, I don't know what Chowtown is. What is that? Do you want to explain it to us? What's Chowtown? Listen, let me pull a card for you. No. Do I give off a straight vibe? I'm actually gay, so yeah, no yeast infections there, brother. You would know about that. You don't go to Chowtown. Rumor has it you're a pole smoker. Hugh Chanez. He must be an immature teenager. Sorry about that, Lissa. Sorry about that. Some men have no class. They think that impresses people. Oh God, men are just so stupid. Men are just so dumb. Young men, immature men are so dumb. He probably, if he has a truck, he probably has a truck with like a really loud bass that makes people's houses shake. But you know he's just overcompensating for something. All right, let me pull a card for you, Alyssa. Ignore these weirdos. They have nothing better to do, and it makes them feel good to bother other people, I guess. He probably comes from a dysfunctional, broken home. We should probably pray for him. Why I like banging them? I don't know what you're talking about. All right, let's see. Ooh, okay, Alyssa, here's your card. You got the Knight of Swords. This card keeps coming up. Why I like banging them? Hugh Chanez, are you just a creep talking to strangers about their sex lives? Are you a pervert? Are you a sicko? I mean, what's your deal? Do you normally just go on someone's YouTube live and bring up sex like you're a pervert? That's very creepy. I do, yes. I do 3, 6, and 9 card readings for $5, $10, or $15. For anyone that joins, that subscribes and likes the live, I give you a single card read for free, a 1-card intuitive reading. But anything more than the 1 card is 3, 6, and 9 cards for $5, $10, or $15. Well, you know what, Hugh Chanez, or Shanice, whatever how you pronounce it, I know you're not. I know, yeah. I know you're overcompensating for something. Either a low IQ, maybe you grew up in deep poverty, you're trying to make yourself feel better. You might be a very short guy, you're trying to overcompensate for that. Either way, dude, take your bullshit and get the fuck off my live. I'm trying to build a community here with adults that actually want to do something and accomplish something in life. And if you're gonna sit here making stupid, inappropriate sexual jokes, having no respect for the other people on this live, I think you should go into a room, meditate, and see why you're acting like this, and really get to the root of why you behave in such a way that causes you to make people not like you automatically. Oh no, I read you like a book. You're just too embarrassed to admit it. I read you like a book. And I'm gonna go ahead and remove you now, and I'm gonna report you to YouTube. Oh, that's okay. No, I wanted to embarrass him. Trust me, guys, I am in control of my live. The second I want him out of here, he's out of here. I wanted to engage with him and embarrass him because I want him to remember this moment in the future. He or she, whatever he is, whoever he is. And he doesn't even know what I'm talking about when I said bass in the truck. Oh my gosh, he must be a child. He must be an idiot. All right, you're gonna get put in timeout for 24 hours, and I wish you well, young man. Okay, so anybody that actually wants a tarot reading, and guys, bear with me, I'm from New York. Sometimes I like to spar people on here. So that kid is gone, or whoever that person was. I never did get to my friend Lissa's reading. And on here, you can't really block people. You have to put them in timeout for 24 hours. Sure, just go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like the live first, and then tell me your name, your age, your zodiac sign, and I'm just curious where you're chatting from. And then I'll pull a card for you. Oh, happy birthday. Your first name is Justice. That's a cool name. All right. And you're a Libra. I'm a Libra rising, so I know what it's like to be a Libra. Okay, I'll give you a card reading. One moment. And thank you for subscribing and liking the live. Oh, did you like the live yet? Get those likes going for me, guys. Help me grow this channel. Okay, what does Justice need to know? All right, Justice, have you been in hermit mode? maybe isolating, spending a lot of alone time. If so, this is encouraging you to get out of hermit mode. This is a good spiritual card. This means that you've really, you're in a time where you're getting to know yourself. Maybe it's encouraging you to get to know yourself. It's encouraging you to maybe, okay, if you've been in hermit mode since then, this is Virgo energy. This is about being in a transition, a waiting period. You can see by the color gray, finding your own inner light. The staff symbolizes that you know where you're going and you have the strength to get where you're going. The beard symbolizes wisdom. Whatever you've learned since December 2023, it's about time to get back into the world, whether dating, career, school, whatever the case might be. Enough hermit mode. It's about to, it's about time to put yourself back out there in the world. Be around people more. Maybe don't self-isolate. Hope that resonates for you. Okay, listen, I'll get a card for you in just a second. Hi there, welcome in. Who else is here with us? Okay, so... Listen, you got that moving card again, the Chariot, about going another place. Moving somewhere, going somewhere quick, making the choice to go. Oh, when it says go out there in the world, I mean, you're only 26. It's just, if you've been in a place where you're not going out with friends, you're not doing anything, it's just about, getting out there in the world. Just things like that. Just be out there with people. If somebody invites you somewhere, go there, go hang out with them. So yeah, listen, you're making a decision. You're going with a pure positive energy, a good mindset. And you're going somewhere, you're moving somewhere, you're going in a whole new direction. This could be the studio that you've been looking at, that move you've been working on. If they come on the live, yes, with their own YouTube channels, if they subscribe and like, yeah, I could do that for them as well. But I can't do that through you, Justice. They have to help me out too. They have to come on here, subscribe, like it, help me build the channel. It's the even exchange of energy. I give the reading and you help me by growing the channel. Okay, hi there, Krishna. Abhi Krishna, welcome in. Remind me of where you're chatting from, Abhi Krishna, your age and your zodiac sign. And I'll pull a card for you as well. Hey there, Crystal, welcome in. Thank you for the subscribe and everything. Crystal, have you been here before on my lives? I think you have been, but I'm not sure. Okay, after you subscribe and like the live, come back and tell me where you're chatting from, your age and zodiac sign, and I'll go and pull a card for you. Okay, Cancer. Okay, what does Abhi Krishna need to know tonight? Queen of Wands, you feeling pretty strong and established with your work, getting your work done. Queen of Wands energy, this is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is someone that approaches her work with a divine feminine, a nurturing standpoint. She also follows her intuition and she stays in a positive mindset. The yellow says that she's a very positive-minded person. The blue in the background shows that she's surrounded by her intuition and her inner guidance. Back in the day, the black cat was seen as evil, but in the card, it's like, she's, this is my cat. I don't give a shit. She's not evil to me. This is a mature, established Queen of Wands, getting work done, building stuff. She's got the wand in one hand, the sunflower in the other, showing that she does her work and the work grows like the sunflower. Okay, let's see. 40 Pisces, and you're from Texas. Okay, let's see. Okay, what does Crystal need to know? Crystal, you got the Four of Pentacles, finances. This is Earth energy. This is Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. This is building a foundation of your finances. You're stable right now, but you're a little worried to spend the money. Not to go crazy, but Four of Pentacles is encouraging you. Don't hold on so tight that you tell the universe, I don't believe that more money is going to come in. Spend the money that you need to spend, but know that you're building a foundation. The number 4 is about building a foundation. 4 walls hold up a room. And surrounded by the color gray means you're in that position where your finances are growing, but you have to be a little cautious, but don't be too cautious. just make sure to welcome in more financial abundance as you spend it, knowing that money comes in, money goes out, money comes in, money goes out, just like this, you know, the infinity symbol. It just is ever flowing. You can pay for the reading if you'd like. One card for free, Abhi Krishna. You got to help me out. I can't just keep giving free readings away because that doesn't do anything for me. But if you want to pay at least $5 and do the 3-card reading, I'd be happy to do that. But I can't give you more free readings. It's just not fair to me. Would you work for free? I don't think so. Nobody would. This is work for me. This is what I do for a living. Nobody works for free in this world, guys, and we should value each other's time and effort enough to want to pay each other, to help each other out and help our businesses grow. You know what I mean? I don't mean to be rude. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm from New York, and sometimes I'm a little blunt, but in all sincerity, you know, nobody works for free, and that's why I offer at least the 1-card reading for free. And I know I'm good at this because people tell me all the time that the card really resonates with them, unless they're lying to me. So anybody else would like a reading, let me know. A free 1-card reading. Anything more than that, guys, at least do the 3-card readings for $5. That's really not bad. That's actually underselling myself. All right, guys. Have you guys having a good day? Everybody having a good day today? Can you believe tomorrow starts October? October 1st. We are in Libra season, full swing. We are in Libra season. Lissa, how's it going with the studio and the possible move? How's your art going? Thank you for that comment earlier. That really meant a lot to me when you commented on that video. Tomorrow starts my Magician Circle. We launch tomorrow. So I'll be actually going live, not live, sending them a private link tomorrow at 8 p.m. my time. So I'll probably be on here actually much later, probably 10 p.m. my time. Hey there, Brandon. Do you subscribe to the channel first? If not, go ahead and subscribe first, like the live, and then come back and tell me your age, zodiac sign, and where you're chatting from. And I'll pull a card for you for free. Oh, wait a second. I do remember chatting with that kid, Caden. He did not tell me he was 14 that time. It was actually one of the very first YouTube lives I ever did. He didn't tell me he was 14. I don't do tarot for kids like that. Only 18 and older. And how old are you, Brandon? How old are you and where are you from? I just want to know where everybody's chatting from. I like to know where the channel reaches. Okay, let's see. Brandon, your card is the 6 of Cups, Brandon. Coming to a place of some emotional stability around your family. That North Carolina coast, some stability around your family. This is a time of abundance, in love, happy family, just a really good time. Just a really positive card. Those cups are growing flowers out of them. Those children are, they're by the big home. This is a really positive card. This actually is also a card of past life connections, if there's someone in your life that might be a past life connection. But yeah, this is a good card. Stabilized family, emotionally stable, just a really good positive time. This could also be if you have a good family and your family gets together around the holidays. This could be showing that you and your family are going to have lots of time together around the holidays. But yeah, good positive energy around you. You come to the 6 of Cups. That's a great card to get. Welcome in. Heather, whoever else is here with us, say hello. Tell us where you're from. You're welcome. If anybody would like more than the 1-card reading, if you want more of an in-depth reading, I also do 3, 6, and 9 cards on here. I'd love to do some paid readings and do some more in-depth. get some more in-depth readings going. From New York City, Queens, and my sign is a Scorpio. Scorpio Sun, Libra Rising, Leo Moon. Where are you from, Crystal? You from Texas? I think you said Texas a minute ago. Yeah, that's why sometimes when people come on here and they're jerks, I don't mind fighting with them a little bit. Like the dude earlier that was being really gross on here. I eventually removed him, but I don't mind that. I'll fight with somebody. Spices things up. Oh, so your rising sign is the Leo? Okay, so you're supposed to be in the spotlight in this lifetime. So you have... Yeah, so you have water, air, and... You have water, air, and fire. Actually, that's just like mine. I have water, air, and fire in my main three. Hey there, Amber, welcome in. Anybody that just joined, go ahead and like the live for me. Get the channel growing. Subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. And then let me know where you're chatting from. Let me know what part of the world you're in. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome into my life. So yeah, my Magician Circle, we launch tomorrow. It's a small group. I thought it'd be more people that signed up, but you know how people are. They don't always jump in on those things, but small group. But tomorrow it's going to be me and those few ladies chatting and building community. I have some teaching I'm going to do about mindset work, and then we'll discuss tarot, how to incorporate different parts of tarot in your daily life. And we meet twice a month for the Magician Circle, my online subscription, my online tarot club for spiritual seekers. If anyone's interested, I hate to be a promotional salesman. This is not my strong suit. But if anyone's interested, there is something in the community section on YouTube if you want to at least read a little bit about it. And it's all going to be done via private link. So, just that group will get access to this information. It comes with a free reading every month to start your month out. Also, if anyone's interested in mediumship or any type of psychic intuition, I can always tap into those energies as well and give you a reading from either one of those. Actually, my gifts really started coming alive again in this awakening when one night, right around this time last year, later in October, I wasn't sure if I did have this gift of mediumship, and I was really dabbling with it and talking to my parents who both passed away and other members of my family. And I kept thinking that this Facebook friend of mine, that his twin brother who died in the 90s was trying to contact him. I eventually told him that. He said, you know what, that probably was my brother. He was into that stuff. He was very into New Age stuff. Anyway, long story short, I was at my kitchen sink. I turned around real quick, and I thought, in my mind's eye, I saw an older gentleman walk through my bedroom with, slick back gray hair, black shirt, black pants. I thought, okay, who are you? Weirdly enough, I wasn't scared, though. That was kind of the funny. Honestly, I wasn't scared. I was like, okay, who was that? And I got chills through my whole body, that kind of thing. Okay. And a few days, that was on a Tuesday. No, that was on Thursday. The following Sunday, October 20th, I texted one of my friends to tell her happy birthday, a friend I used to work with, a good friend from this old job I had. I texted her happy birthday. The second I hit send, I said, oh shit, her father died. Sure enough, she texted back immediately. She said, hey, I'm doing okay. It's a weird birthday. My dad passed away last Tuesday. I said, wait a second. He passed away Tuesday? I told her, hey, this might sound weird, but I started telling her about my spiritual awakening. I started telling her about all these things that were happening in my life. I started telling her, this might sound crazy, but I think I saw your dad. I think he came to my apartment. She's like, maybe he did. I described what I saw. She sent me a picture. She's like, that's how her dad... I met him one time at work, but I didn't know him well at all, really. Long story short, that was a Thursday. He passed away Tuesday. That was the first time I ever experienced mediumship, and I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just kind of going with the flow, but it was so overwhelming. It was like a coiled heater getting too hot. I was telling my friend, I was seeing these things in my mind. I saw him at the bottom of the stairs where he died. I felt this saying. He said, this is just how it had to be. There's no rhyme or reason. This is just the way he needed to go. And I started seeing images of him holding her hand when she was a child and feeling the love he had for her and for his granddaughter. But it was so intense. My whole body was on fire. My ears were burning, like they were red and burning. Like my chest was on fire. I was sweating. It was like these, I guess if you believe in chakras and stuff like that, it was like the chakras were just like they went from 0 to 100. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Amber. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sorry about that. That's terrible news. Your friend passed away. And I just felt in that moment, I was like, you know what? I had to tell her dad, pull back a little bit. Because they say if he had just passed, he might not be fully in the other realms. So he's learning how to communicate with us as well. So the energy was too strong. I had to pull back. But I gave her those messages. She thanked me for that. You know, I just did a reading for a good friend of hers, and mediumship came through there as well. So that's a wild experience. That's happened a few times, but I've learned to control it more where I don't get so overwhelmed. I'm able to hold back my emotions so I don't get emotionally invested where, like, you know, I'm the one crying my eyes out. That's just a little story for you guys about mediumship and some other things. If you want to talk about your friend, Amber, feel free. Honor your friend. Tell us about him or her. I found that after my mom died, the first night she died, I was in Walmart. Right before she died. The day she died, I was in Walmart, but she hadn't passed away yet. I was getting pajamas because she wanted to be buried in pajamas, really comfortable PJs. And I was walking around Walmart and I was like, don't these fucking people know my mom is dying? How is the world going on? My mom is dying. You know, like in my mind, I was screaming about that. I wanted to jump up on the register and tell everybody, stop. My mom is dying. Don't you people care? But the way the world is interesting, you know, the world goes on. You know, your world is changing. Your life is never going to be the same. But everybody else, they're just buying dinner for their family. You know, they're buying a TV. They're getting their kids a toy. The world doesn't stop because you're grieving. But grief is an awful beast. Grief is a battle and a struggle. And I just felt like grief was like someone took me and threw me on a very fast-moving train. And I didn't know where the train was going. I had no control over the train, and I just had to let the train go where it was going to go, and where it eventually stopped, it stopped. That's how I feel grief is. Okay. You don't have to keep deleting your messages, Amber. Unless is somebody not wanting you on here? You don't have to keep deleting your message. You're not saying anything inappropriate. You're just saying that your friend passed away. All right, hi there. Welcome in. Whoever else was with us, whoever else just joined, let me know if you want a card reading. I offer a free single card reading to anyone that subscribes and likes the live. Helps the channel grow. Anybody that's new, just pop on here, say hello, tell me where you're from in the world so I know where I'm chatting. I'm sure she was a good person. Just know she's transitioned now. She's definitely in a much better place and she's healing right now. Not what you want to hear right now, I get that, but with my spiritual awakening, I've come to learn that death is actually probably the easiest thing about life. Death is easy. Death is just a transition back to what we already know, back to peace, to love, to joy, no pain, no bullshit like taxes, no bullshit like, you know, how am I going to pay the rent? No day jobs that drain your soul. You're just in peace, love, joy, just, you know, creating your world, creating everything you want before you. Would anyone else like a reading? Would anyone else like an intuitive card reading for free? Thank you guys for liking the live. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all that stuff, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for helping my channel grow. I'm really, you know, my goal is to build a community here of spiritual seekers, people that encourage each other, you know, people that want to learn about tarot, astrology, people that maybe feel like they're having a spiritual awakening and they're not sure what to do. Or they, you know, it usually starts with questions like this. Who am I? Why am I here? What's my purpose? That's when you start awakening to, wait, am I just this person living just this life right now? Because that seems kind of small. If we knew how big our souls really were and that the energy that creates worlds is the energy that created our souls. The energy that is in our bodies is in our souls. If you knew that you had the energy that created the whole world, would you worry about how you're going to pay your rent next month? Probably not. You know, would you worry that you're not going to get enough tarot clients? Probably not. Would you worry that your art's not going to sell? Probably not. I think sometimes I see our souls as these massive beings holding the planet in our hands, all of us. You know, kind of like the being that's navigating the avatar, and we're the avatars, our human bodies right now. We're the avatars in the Sims game, and the big version of our soul, that the oversoul they call it, like the higher self, is the one controlling us in the game or guiding us in the game. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. If you're not familiar with me, my name is Joey. I'm an intuitive tarot reader, psychic, and medium. Would anyone like a paid reading? $5, $10, or $15 for 3, 6, or 9 cards. Let me actually put my skills to work tonight and do some actual readings. Okay, no problem, Amber. Feel better, my friend. Just go cry and just think of your friend and just reminisce and let your heart start healing. Just let the grief flow through you. There's really not more you can do. Just let the grief flow through and just feel the pain. And just, you know, the grief on our side is painful, but in the other dimensions, that grief is a beautiful expression of love. So your grieving is sending love to her on the other side, and she's feeling that love right now. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Who else is here with us? I gotta change this music. This music is a downer. Hey there, Ashley. Welcome in, my friend. How you doing? How's your day going? Oh, jeez, I keep dropping these freaking cards. I'm doing good. It's been a good day. Last night was a dark night of the soul, as they've been coming more and more frequently as I feel like my life is about to up level. I didn't realize I had so much shadow work to do, so much moon work to do. I posted a really very personal video about all that today on my channel, if anybody wants to go watch it. I'm hoping now that I can let go of this resentment and forgive my deceased parents, that I'm thinking that was the block that was in my life, was this resentment, this feeling like the hardships in my life are because of those issues, because of their mistakes, their flaws. Hi there, Begin. Tell me your name again. Oh, Juliet. Hey, Juliet. I knew you sounded familiar. How you doing, Juliet? Welcome in. I'm still going to push through, though. I'm still going to launch my Magician Circle tomorrow. And, take a stab at that. See how that goes. We launch tomorrow. I needed the night off last night. I took the night off. It was actually a storm moment. Lots of emotions last night. Lots of crying, lots of anger, lots of frustration. Yeah, it was more like I knew their issues. That unspoken rule that we had to cover for my mom and protect her from her addiction, that nobody could know about it. But you know what? She's dead and gone now. And so I'm going to talk about it. So is my father. I don't blame. They were, in the midst of the bullshit, they were still good parents. They weren't bad. It's that weird mix of It's that mix of I love them and I see them for the good that they've done, but I also see now just how much disappointment they caused. And I'll tell you why. If you want to help my channel grow and watch that 20-minute video, I would appreciate it because I really pour my heart out and I want people to get to know me on that level. I want to talk about more of those things. That's like more like the spiritual teaching side of me. I'm still going to do a daily tarot video and then a daily affirmation video, but I have this new playlist where I want to talk about these topics. And I realized that it's not just the resentment toward them that they never helped me pursue the acting. This dream I held on to, I used to beg them and plead with them and try to explain to them, I really want to be an actor. I really want to try this. It's something I really like doing. Yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah, it's my playlist on my channel here. And I realized, though, it's not just that. It was, there's a spiritual teacher. Her name is Sarah Landon. She's a channel for this group of beings called the Council. And Sarah Landon is a wonderful spiritual teacher, and I really love her vibe. It's just a very warm, welcoming, loving vibe. She doesn't put fear in people, nothing like that. Anyway, she was talking, it just so happens, she posted a video today, and it's about from disappointment to fulfillment or something like that. I thought, I don't want to watch this video, but I know I need to watch it. I started watching it, and I got halfway through it. Not even 15 minutes into it, I thought, okay, here we go. This is coming back to me. And I think my mom, actually, the soul of my mom, showed me this memory to help me heal. Sarah talked about that first time in your life, when you lost your innocence and life changed for you. And mine wasn't any type of sexual abuse or anything like that. It really wasn't. It wasn't even being exposed to pornography at a very young age because of my older brothers. It wasn't that stuff. It was actually when I was about 7 or 8 years old, and I found my mom passed out on a pile of laundry in the laundry room in the basement. And from that moment on, life was different. From that moment on, she wasn't the strong, confident, capable, always there mom that I knew. And yeah, guys, I'll admit, I've harbored a lot of bitterness and a lot of resentment toward her. And my father, because the more he covered for her, the more she let him drink. So his alcohol got worse, and her pill addiction got worse. Pain pills, prescription pills. And she finally got sober and clean in 2008, and those last few years of her life were great, and we really reconciled. And I was by her bedside when she died, and that was a great honor to be by her bedside, and I was the last face that she saw on earth. She opened her eyes, and then, because she was comatose at that point, she was dying of lung cancer and liver cancer. She opened her eyes for a second, and she turned her head to the left and looked at me. After being comatose for 2 days, she wasn't speaking at all. And then her eyes closed, and then they opened again. But the second time that her eyes opened, I didn't know it back then, but I knew that her soul was gone already. There was no light in her eyes. And that was an honor to be by her bedside. And I don't blame her. She had a very hard life, a lot of trauma in her life too. But I was the youngest, and I needed her the most. And she wasn't there. And so I spent most of my life protecting her and defending her and begging her to be the Gloria that I knew. And she never really did get back to that person except those last few years of her life. And so with that, I realized, okay, this has been holding me back. The truth is my parents just did not prepare my older brother and I, my brother John, who's only 14 months older than me. Our whole lives fell apart in the mid-'80s. Then they lost their house by 1990. Then we started living in apartments. So the yard I grew up with, the pool I grew up with, the freedom I grew up with was now restricted. We were in apartments. Then all of a sudden we became poor. Then I was going to bed hungry a lot of nights. I don't blame them. I just want to forgive them and move on from it because I want to live my life and I want to get past this feeling safe in survival mode. You feel safe, but you don't feel safe, but it's familiar to you. I want to break free from that. And I want to welcome in the Ten of Pentacles. I want to welcome in all those things that I never believed I could do. And although they believed in us and they weren't bad parents, they weren't abusive, they weren't bad, they just had their struggles that just took over. By the time their sixth son was born, me, by the time I was 7, the whole dynamic of the family changed. And so with that revelation today, I realized I need to let this go. I need to forgive them. And I need to just let it go because it's like a clogged pipe. It's like, hair and soap scum and, rust and mildew is clogging up that energetic frequency. And I don't want to harbor bitterness toward them because I'm no better or worse than they are. You know what I mean? Like I believe we live many lives. And there may have been a life where I was their parent and I probably fucked up really bad and I probably messed them up. And so I think my mom gave me that memory that I completely forgot about. But I think she gave me that memory to show me where I lost my innocence. Because by the time I was 8 or 9, they weren't hiding Easter eggs anymore for us. They didn't come to my graduation from Bible school. They just weren't there. Hey, Brianna. And they were just absent because their addictions had taken over their lives. And then when they got money, then my mom fed us. You know what I mean? Then we got fat because she fed us to make up for it. So with that being said, that was a major, major revelation, which they call that shadow work, moon work in the tarot. And so I want to just let that stuff go. I want to let it go, and I want to heal from that, and I want to move on from that, and believe in myself, and believe that I could do anything. And so that was my dark night of the soul last night. I feel a lot better right now, somehow miraculously. I don't know how. I feel better, but you guys want to hear something funny about feeling better? Anybody that just jumped on, say hi, let me know where you're from. Here's what happened. That makes me laugh. So, yeah, I definitely need a money miracle right now. I'm not gonna lie about that. I'm doing my best to not focus on that and just trust that things are working out for me. But then to get my mind off of it, I took a little walk tonight. I wasn't gonna go for much of a walk, but I did go for a little bit of a walk. And then I thought, as I got back to my apartment, I thought, wait, all right, so here's the thing. So I live in Alabama. There's a lot of good-looking people around here. Some, younger, like in their 20s, though, because probably like, college students or young adults. Anyway, there's this couple I see, but I don't think they're a couple. I really don't. I get a vibe from them that she's a lesbian and he might be gay. This is what I think. Or they may just be friends, who knows? Anyway, I was thinking about this particular guy that's attractive. There's been some eye contact, but I don't know. I'm just walking around thinking one day I'm going to bump into the man of my dreams when I go check the mail. Anyway, long story short, they popped up right away when I decided to take that second part of the walk. They popped up right away. I was like, oh, good, okay. It always makes me laugh, too, that happens. Because listen, I don't know about ladies, but, it's guys check people out. It's just the way guys are. Not in a gross way, but, it's fun to look. Anyway, actually, judging by the ladies on social media that are drooling over every guy that's even mildly attractive, women look too, first of all, okay? Anyway, so they come, I see them walking, and I'm in the grass right now. Yeah, it might be my Aaron. I'm in the grass right now, looking at the over the golf course. It's like a valley, this part. If they would have knocked me over, I would have rolling down a hill. It's like a really steep. So I'm on the grass now, looking at the golf course, and they're to the left of me. Like, oh, good, I get to see this guy. He's like totally my type too. I love white boys. He's like, Southern guy, white, creamy skin, like white skin, like vanilla skin, handsome, he can grow beard. The dude comes running behind me, like jogging. I was like, he's like trucking, he's like running behind me. I'm like, okay. He's like heavy too, like heavy footed. I was like, oh shit, one false move. This guy hits me, I'm gonna fly down that hill. Like, no, I'm gonna be rolling down the hill into a who knows what's down there. So I look to my right, because then the girl now was behind me. She's like 5 feet behind him. She sees me looking at him too. And I get a view from this guy from the back. And I was like, holy shit, who is this dude? Because, my goodness, this is like a dream boat. I mean, skies out, thighs out. You kidding me? Short shorts, t-shirt. I don't know, just a good looking dude. The funny thing is, I get home, I'm laughing. Oh, you know what? That always cheers me up to see a good looking guy. It always makes me laugh a little bit. It always cheers me up a little bit. It cracks me up. But I stay outside my apartment for a minute because something says to me, wait a second, he's going to come back in the other direction. Sure enough, he came back in the other direction. But this time, he was like, at one point, doing like airplane motions with his arms. And it was like kind of like how birds get noticed. The male bird will attract the female bird by doing something funny. Peacocks and whatever, all these birds do these dances. It was like one of those things where you're not sure if somebody's watching you, but in case they're watching you, you're going to make sure that they take notice of you because you're doing something different. I got a kick out of that. So I stay out there for a few minutes just watching this dude do his like airplane motions. I don't know why. It made me laugh. It cheered me up. And I told one of my gay buddies about it to cheer him up because it always cracks us up. When we see somebody like that, it cracks us up. All right, that's enough of this. He's just a good-looking guy that made me laugh. That's all. Yeah, the mating dance. That's what he's doing. Okay, who else wants a card read? Let me get a card for you guys. Who else would like a single card reading? Hey, Melissa, Brianna, who else did I not welcome in? Sorry, guys, it always cracks me up because it made me laugh. It took my mind off of my troubles. It took my mind off of my money, my anxiety about money. And it made me laugh. I got to get some food in this house, though. Teddy's been driving me crazy. Teddy's out of his crunchies. But I then went to the cabinet. This is a miracle. I went to the cabinet, and I found a container with a little bit of crunchies. So at least Teddy has something to eat tonight. Okay. Sure thing. Yeah, sure thing. By the way, if anybody wants more of a reading to help me out, 3, 5, 6, or 9 cards, or if you want to join the Magician Circle, we launch tomorrow. Brianna's in the Magician Circle. It's actually just Brianna and one other person, but you know what? I'm going to give my all to them, of course, because they're both wonderful people that deserve my all. So if we're starting out small, Brianna, we're going to build that community up. Just hang in there. Okay. Melissa, you got the Queen of Cups, balancing out your emotions, approaching life from divine feminine, nurturing standpoint. You know, balancing your emotions, not getting overly emotional about things, but you're the one in control of the emotions. If you're not, then it's saying to tap into that energy. You know, this is actually the card of, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is somebody really balanced with her emotions. She's in control of them. She does not let her emotions control her. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I talked to Odette, and she's actually 2 hours behind us. So I think we're gonna do 8 to 10, and then I might just come on YouTube and do a live after that, like a late night live on here. So I'll do the 8 to 10 with you and Odette tomorrow. And I'll send you an email about what to expect and what to look for, you know, how it's gonna work and all that. Okay, Brianna, let me get a card for you too. Does anybody want a card from the Wizards Tarot? I forgot. I only have 3 decks with me tonight. I have the Wizards Tarot, the Rider-Waite Tarot, and then I have this clarifying deck. If anybody wants an Oracle card instead of a tarot, that might be better for you because it has the message written right there on it. Does anybody want a card from the Wizards Tarot? Brianna, you missed it earlier. Somebody came on here. He's being really gross with the things he was saying, but I wanted to mess around with him. So my New Yorker came out. He said he called me a terrible reader. But I was like, what are you talking about? I read you like a book. Immature, 5 feet 4 inches tall. What's that? The Clarifying Life deck? You guys got to forgive me. I'm from New York, and I'm a Scorpio. I say this all the time, and sometimes it's a release of energy to just go at it with somebody and put them in their place. You know, I can't help it, guys. I'm sorry. It's just who I am. You know what I mean? You ever just want somebody, you know, just give them a good FU? Oh, yeah, so that's you, balancing out your emotions, approaching things from a nurturing standpoint. Yeah, he was being gross about my mustache. And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm a gay dude. I don't get yeast infections. What are you talking about? YouTube doesn't have a way to block people that are under 18. They don't have a way to block that. Unless they lie about their ages when they set up the account. But, hang on. A couple of these cards fill out. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, I'll give you the option, Juliet. Top, middle, or bottom? Top, middle, or bottom? Yeah, Lisa was here. She heard the whole thing. I can't help it, guys. I actually am flattered when people want to harass me like that. It makes me laugh. All right. I'll just pull a card for you then, Juliet. I like to give the options. Do you want to pull the card from the top, the middle, or the bottom? I like to give that option. It's fun. It makes it interactive. Middle. Okay, I'll split it right down the middle. Your card is... Oh, this card keeps coming out. Oh, golly. It drives me nuts when I get the same card over and over and over again. but it was right there in the middle. It's ocean of possibilities. Navigate through the boundless ocean of possibilities, where horizons whisper of untold opportunities and plentiful paths. Okay, so you're swimming in an ocean of possibilities. Oh, really? Yeah, I need a moderator. Listen, would you want to be my moderator on here? Don't do it though if it's too much responsibility and if it's like annoying. I don't ever want people to feel forced to do things like that. But if you want to be a moderator, I'd love it. Okay, embrace potential. Explore an abundance of opportunities. With an open mind, answers reveal limitless horizons for your journey. This is for Juliet, oceans of horizons, and embrace potential. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. If you help me out with that, that'll be great. You're probably more skilled at this live stuff than I am. I've only been doing this live stuff since July 5th, I think. I think it was actually right after the 4th of July, I got the okay to go live on TikTok. Juliet, hope that card resonated with you. Does anybody else want a card? Did I get a card for Brianna yet? I don't think I did. Yeah, I've only been live for I've only been actually on social media. Well, on these like, where I do videos and everything. Excuse me, my nose is bothering me. I did a few videos last November and December. Then I stopped doing YouTube and doing anything like that because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the tarot, what I was going to do with my business. When I decided to throw myself into tarot after the whole inventing thing blew up in my face, I started posting videos again. But yeah, no, I'd never gone live before, only for a few months. Am I good at it? Outside of when I fight with people sometimes, because my Scorpio stinger comes out. Outside of that, am I good at the lives? Okay, let's see. Do you want the, let's try something different, Brianna. Let's try the Wizard's Tarot. Weirdly enough, when I first started, within 2 minutes, there were 27 people in here. I was like, that's crazy. But then they left right away. I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. 27 people saw me and saw my live. Okay, let's see. What does Brianna need to know from the Wizard's Tarot? Two of Pentacles, Brianna. You're finding that balance. Remember, Pentacles are Earth energy. The Pentacles are Earth energy, which is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Finding that balance with your finances, just feeling balanced in life, feeling secure by the lily pad. Tapping into that abundance energy, that balance of your finances. So this is a good place. Also about making financial decisions, trying to find the balance with the decisions you're trying to make financially. But look at her face though, she's at peace right now. She's not worried. I like the green energy coming out of her. Green in America is a symbol of money for us Americans. Our money is green. Not like that monopoly money from other countries. So yeah, this good card to get, Brianna. It's not the Nine of Swords. It's not the Rest card. Or the Four of Swords. It's not that one either. Hi there, welcome in. Who else is with us? Anybody that's new, that just joined, would you like an intuitive card reading for free? Oh good, that's good to hear. Miracles are happening. They say that they say what I'm going through now is because my nervous system is not used to things being easy. That's where the whole idea of the losing my innocence, because when life was easy as a kid, then all of a sudden it was taken away. Then my brother Chris, who's 6 years older than me, we actually reconciled recently. It's not really talking for a good while. My brother Chris was 13, and next thing you know, he had to be 30. Then next thing you know, my brother John had a lot of disappointments too. Going to sign up for Little League, and he needed a parent, and there was no parent with him. He had to leave. He couldn't sign up for Little League. He wanted to be a baseball player very badly. Things like that. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out, okay, so how do I get myself to recognize that it's worse to be in survival mode, which I'm kind of in right now, and it's easier to be in the flow? How do I do that? Like, how do I break free from that? How do I let that go? And it's a weird thing. Like, I'm not nervous about money, but I am wondering, okay, universe, when are you going to bring the money to me? The money I need for next month. When's it going to come in? But I'm not nervous. I'm just sort of like anxious, not anxiety, like anxious, like waiting for it to happen. Like, oh, is this gonna happen or is that gonna happen? I'm gonna wake up one day and like 25 people want readings from me. Like, how's it gonna happen? What's the flow gonna happen? Where is it, universe? I'm waiting. I'm anxiously, but not anxious in a nervous way. I guess you could say it is nervous, but I'm excitedly waiting to see how the universe provides for me. And I've just been saying again, reminding myself, damn it, I deserve this. I deserve this. I deserve this. I deserve this life of ease. I've worked hard enough. I've done enough. I've sacrificed enough of my life. I gave up my childhood. I didn't have a childhood. Well, I did, but not much of a childhood. Half a childhood, I'll say. I don't want to be too hard on my parents. They weren't monsters. So I just keep reminding myself that I deserve it. I'm approaching things just feeling good. Like even just that cute guy I saw, that little, I don't know, that makes me laugh. It amuses me. What amuses me is that just before I saw him, I thought, I was talking to my guy, I was talking to God, whoever, and I was like, I don't get this. Sometimes my vibration is so good, I could think of something and it pops up within an hour. It pops up the next day. Why am I having a hard time, bringing paying clients to me? And then I thought about that guy, and then within 5 minutes he popped up. So, so it always like makes me laugh because I don't know, I get a kick out of it. Imagine he's my Aaron. Imagine that. Imagine I bump into him one day at the mailbox. I like literally bump into him. I gotta be honest with you though, I've actually sort of overcome the whole need for a relationship. There's things I need to work on that are more important than a relationship. So I kind of feel like I'm actually in that place where I think I've let it go. I think about it from time to time, but I don't get nervous or frustrated or angry about it anymore. It's not about, I just sort of let the relationship go, and now I'm like, all right, it's gonna come when it comes, but my focus is my business and building my spiritual community. So in letting it go, it'll probably pop up right now. He might be at the door right now. Knock, 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 there he is. He's only about 5'9", but man, that dude's a dream boat. You ever hear the expression dreamboat? He's a dreamboat. Can you guys keep chatting? Cause what else? I don't know what else to say at this point. I talk so damn much. I think I might be running out of things to say. I mean, oh, do you guys want to hear about a dream I had last night? I posted it on Facebook when I woke up, but I didn't tell anybody else about it on here. Do you guys want to hear about my dream last night? It's an interesting one. It's really interesting. Yeah, I do feel like I let go of the anxious, like, where is he? Because it's not even that I want companionship. I mean, I do, but I'm not so hung up on that right now. I want to get out of this place of isolation eventually, pretty soon, which started because I reached out to one of my sisters-in-law last Saturday. It was my nephew's birthday. He turned 20, and I wanted to make peace with them. I wasn't the one that caused the fight, but whatever. I got dragged into it, and I haven't seen them in 21 months. So I got to eat dinner with my family for the first time in my personal page. On Facebook, my group is Joey's Magic Tarot is the group. So I got to spend time with some of my family Sunday, had a delicious dinner, brought home some delicious leftovers. My sister-in-law is an incredible cook. And there was no awkwardness, nothing like that. So let me tell you about this dream I had. I fell asleep last night because I was up. I couldn't sleep. I thought I was going to be up all night because I had like a 9 of Swords moment. Like my mind was racing with anxiety. Yeah. It was a stupid family fight that I had nothing to do with, but because I took someone else's side, I got dragged into it. Anyway, long story short, we had a nice dinner. It was good. And what do you call it? So I had a dream then last night. I went to sleep. I finally fell asleep like 1:30, 1:40. I was sleeping about an hour maybe, and I woke up from a dream. And here's where the dream starts taking place. The dream takes place from this. All of a sudden, my ex, and I've mentioned him a million times, he pops back up in my life. But wherever I was living at the time, it wasn't a good situation, and I thought it might be good to move out, and he changed. So next thing I know, I'm in an apartment with him, and there's a mutual friend there named Mike, but I don't know this guy in real life. And I don't have Teddy or Stormy. I have a dog, a dachshund named Mikey. I even saw the pattern on this dog. I'll show you. Well, my phone's right here, but this was like a cream or champagne colored dachshund with spots on him. Okay, so here's what happens. So now we're in the dream, and my ex is back, but he's like Jekyll and Hyde. He's mean. He's meaner than ever, but this time he's actually abusive, and I'm trapped. He took my phone away and gave me a burner phone. Next thing I know, I'm cut off from everybody, and he yells at me in the dream at one point. He yells something about me in the phone, and I'm with this guy Mikey, and I'm telling this guy Mikey, we got to get away from him. He's crazy. He's gonna kill us. He's gonna kill me. I was terrified. Because in real life, my ex was 6'1" and big and strong. He could snap me like a twig, even at my weight now, much smaller than him. But he was never violent. Like he was never gonna hurt me in real life. But it was him in the dream. It was scary because it was definitely him in the dream. And I was scared, and I didn't know what to do. And we left the apartment one time, but he was watching us, and we had to go back to the apartment. So I started coming up with a plan on how to get out of there. And I pretended to text someone, but not text someone. And then he yelled about my phone, and I gave him my phone. But I texted my brother John, who's 14 months older than me, because I knew John would be there in a heartbeat to help me. So then the family shows up, because I think whatever happened when he yelled at me that time, I kept saying to myself, he's going to kill me if I don't get out of here. He's going to kill me if I don't get out of here. And I was terrified of him. I really was scared of him. So my brother comes, but here's what happened. The family that showed up was not my family. It was the cast of the Connors without Roseanne. It was the Connors, not Roseanne, because Roseanne would have put him in his place. So they show up to get me out of there. As I'm leaving, it was like an apartment building that had a big lobby, but it almost felt like it was a hotel. There's a girl at the desk, and I'm telling them, keep an eye on. Oh, here's the other thing. I gotta remember. Somebody remind me to look this up. To look up the spiritual significance of the number. Here's the reason why, ladies. You never, if you go back and look at your dreams, in our dreams, they say we can't read things and we can't see numbers. If you can read something or see numbers in your dream, you're actually lucid dreaming. Have you ever noticed that? Like when you look at papers in your dream or sheets of music or an address, you can't see those numbers and you can't see those letters. For some reason, when we're dreaming, we can't see those details. But if you could see numbers and you can read something, you're actually lucid dreaming. Here's the thing. I saw the apartment number was 2101. As I'm leaving, I'm telling the front desk clerk, keep an eye on the guy in 2101. He's not stable. He's dangerous. Call the cops and keep an eye on him. He almost killed me. He was going to kill me. There's a bunch of girls in the lobby, a bunch of young women in the lobby. And I tell them, girls, it didn't start out like that. It started out with, he was very nice to me. He loved me. But very early on in our conversations on the phone, I knew there was something wrong with him. He was not stable. I allowed him into my life, and now I'm getting out of it. Don't make that same mistake with a guy. As I leave the building, I'm right in front of the door. I go to step out of the building. I see a giant water bug cockroach run across the floor. And I leave, and I say to myself, we got to get out of here. It's taking too long. He's going to come out. He's going to come down here. He's going to kill us. We got to get out of here. So we got away. Now, the weird thing is, Lissa commented on something I wrote, one of my videos, and your suggestion was about doing comedic videos. At some point in the dream, there was this idea of doing comedic videos online, like being more jovial and using my funny bone. I've never been told that I'm funny, like haha, like stand-up funny, but like my character that I am is kind of funny, people say, like who I am as a person. So in the dream, that was something I was going to do. At some point then, we're at home, and we're on the set of the Connors, and I'm talking to DJ, because DJ is actually my nephew in this show, in real life, DJ the character, and I'm talking to them, and they want to know the story, and I'm like, I'm not going to tell you guys the story. You don't need to know the whole story with me and what's his name. But then I ended up telling them the story. That's all I remember about that dream. But I woke up from that dream, guys, and I'll tell you the truth, I really was scared. I really like there was like a fright in me, like a weird, eerie feeling. I was kind of scared to go back to sleep. I didn't want to go back into that dream. So let's see. Can anybody? I don't have the phone I use for chat is on. I'm looking at it right now. Can somebody ask that ChatGPT what the spiritual significance of 2101 is? Does that number mean anything? What is 2101? I don't know. So that was my wild dream last night. I was only asleep like 40 minutes, and all that happened in like a 40-minute dream, and more happened too that I don't quite remember, but more happened. So that's my That's my dream story, guys. That's a weird one, right? So was that lucid dreaming? It didn't feel like a dream. It did not feel like a dream. You know, sometimes dreams have that fuzzy quality, almost like you're looking at them like, what do you call them? You're looking at your dream like a fuzzy picture, like a cloudy lens. Yeah, 2101. What is 2101? Was the year 2101? Is the year 2101? How many years is that from now? What's 101 minus 25? Oh. Oh, that is weird. Oh, that is very weird. That's eerily weird. Huh, that's strange. Huh. Well, it was the same dream where around that same time, that same dream where I think I was talking to someone about my channel and what I could do, and oh, that's what it was. Okay, it was that guy Mike, that mutual friend that was living with me and my ex. For some reason, this mutual friend was there, and my dog Mikey. So that's what I told my family. So my family, the Connors in my dream, that came to rescue me from the abusive guy. That's what I told them. I said, guys, listen. I was talking to like DJ, Darlene, Becky. I was talking to the family. I was like, listen. Bottom line is, he could have killed me in a heartbeat. He's much bigger and stronger than me, yes. But if he would have touched a hair on the dog's head, if he would have went near the dog and tried to hurt the dog, I would have fought him, and I would have fought him to the death. But he was not going to hurt the dog. There's no way I would have allowed that to happen. But at some point in the dream, that guy Mikey was there, and somebody was holding the dog. But I don't know who was holding the dog, but there was somebody holding the dog, my little dachshund. And I think it was that person that suggested doing videos with the dog and doing comedic videos to grow my channel. I'm not joking, Lisa. This really happened in the dream. Because that's why what your comment stuck out so like strongly in my mind. Like, holy shit, Alyssa said that. That's really wild that you picked up on that. But there was, yeah, so that was kind of like the gist of that part of the dream was, oh yeah, maybe I could do comedy videos. Your dad's name is Mike. Oh, that's even weirder. What'd your dad look like? Is he passed away or is he here on Earth still? Oh my God, green light, guys, help me. Green light for what? I want to go for the green light, but I need to see the green bills coming in, or else how do I do this work when I'm in survival mode? Better yet, how do we get out of survival mode? Okay, what is his hair like? Is he spiritual? Is he a spiritual man? Yeah, this guy was tall. He had sort of like salt and pepper hair, salt and pepper scruff on his face, like sort of medium length hair. Does that what he looks like at all? Is that really what he looks like for real? Because I just got holy shit. Did you tell your dad about me on the lives? That's wild. That's really wild. Okay, that's really interesting. Stay balanced. Cosmic green light. The universe is preparing the stage for your next chapter. Stay balanced. Trust your intuition. Don't be afraid to move forward. The timing is right. Okay, listen. Yeah. So your dad, and me are connected in some way. Yes. You guys. Do dachshunds mean anything to you and your family? Dachshunds mean something to my family. We never had a dachshund, but when my parents were alive and I was living with them in that last townhouse that they lived in before they passed away, my brother Chris was visiting with his wife and his 2 kids. And when they were visiting, this neighbor was out with this little fat dachshund named Frankie. All of a sudden, these people literally said to my brother, "We don't want this dog anymore. Do you want him?" And they took Frankie home that night. He became my nephew Christopher's buddy. He passed away a few years ago. He's a wonderful dog, Frankie. I love that dog. He was fat, he was cute, he was sweet. You know, the dachshunds are crazy. My brother Chris then bought 2 more dachshunds for his kids. He bought 2 more dachshunds, Atlas and something like that, like Atlas and Zeus or something like that. And so dachshunds mean something to my family, but not to me in particular. I never had a dachshund. I just have the cats. But the fact that the name Mike was there, the 2101, interesting. Your dad's a psychic, you're a psychic. And then you suggested to me what was in the dream. You know, try to do more comedic videos. And actually, your suggestion is incredible. I'm gonna try it tomorrow. My first video is gonna be tomorrow. I'm gonna try to lay cards out in front of Teddy and see which one he goes to. And then even if I have to like stop the video and edit it myself, I'm gonna do that instead of just my one take videos I post. Because guys, when I do my videos, I hit record, I talk, I hit stop, and that's it. There's no editing, there's no introduction, there's no theme music. I'm raw dogging it, guys. That's it. I'm just, as my brother Neil says, gorilla-ing it, like you gorilla something, like you manhandle it. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try to have Teddy pick the card, and then it's gonna be Teddy's tarot. It's gonna be a new feature, Teddy's tarot. What does Teddy have to say? But I can't leave out Stormy though, because I'm like a human parent. I want to include her too. So what could Stormy's little channel be? Stormy's spooky Stormy, something Stormy. She's my little gray cat, my little beautiful cat. Yeah, that is wild, Lissa. That may have been more of a, well, that's a confirmation for me and you. You gotta let your dad know about this. How long is your dad like a practicing psychic? Maybe he's the mentor I need in this life. But yeah, this guy Mike was there, and he's a friend that I was good friends with, that my ex didn't know, but he was okay with him living with us. He's like this positive energy. I don't know who this guy was. He was just wearing jeans and just like a t-shirt. Not a t-shirt, it was jeans, and it was like a blue and red polo shirt, but almost like a rugby shirt, like a blue and red rugby shirt and just like kind of just blue jeans. And he had like gray salt and pepper facial scruff and medium length hair. He was kind of a hippie looking guy. What's your dad's zodiac sign, Lissa? Yeah, the connections are definitely happening. That was wild, because last night was a rough night for me. And I was literally asking God, the universe, to send anybody that could help me. Interesting stuff. He's a water sign, so he's intuitive as well. Yeah. He's got that psychic intuition. Now, in my natal chart, my midheaven is in Cancer. So in this lifetime, according to Deborah Silverman, I'm supposed to be a nurturer. I'm supposed to be like a mother figure to people. Yes, please tell him about me. Tell him to pop on these lives one night. It'll be fun to chat with him. Okay, I know we're going off on a tangent here, just chit-chatting, getting to know each other, but did everybody get a reading? That's so interesting to me. Wow. Because I woke up and said, who the hell is this guy Mike? That's the other thing. How often in dreams do you meet somebody, like, do you know somebody in the dream? And then when you wake up, you're like, who's that person? Because you don't have a name for them. But in this dream, the name Mike kept coming out. I kept saying Mike and Mikey. Because I literally said to my family, my fake family in the dream, if he would have attacked Mikey, the dog, I kept saying the dog's name. I kept saying the name Mike. Oh, my friend Mike, the dog Mikey. I just kept saying the name Mike over and over and over again. All right, that was a wild interaction. That was fun. I love that kind of stuff. Now that's a synchronicity. If I've ever heard one, that's a synchronicity. What do you think? For sure. That's what I'm thinking. Excuse me. Yes, always. They always come through. I keep dropping cards. Does anybody have a message for me tonight? Lissa, do you have a psychic message for me? If you do, I'm all ears. Even if you think it's not real, or you think it might be your own brain, tell me what you're thinking. I'm all ears. I'll take a message from anybody right now. I need the encouragement myself. I know that this is gonna work out. I know things are working out. If you also, ladies, if you also go to my channel and you watch the daily tarot video I did today, I decided to just do 5 cards, no more of the whole 9 cards. Those videos were too long, but I'm still gonna do a daily tarot because I love practicing tarot. And I believe that at any moment in time, someone can find those videos and really get something out of them. So the daily video I did today had 3 pentacle cards in it. It started with the Ace of Pentacles, then 7 of Pentacles, then 2 of Cups, which is the emotional card, which is the card of relationships, then 9 of Swords, which makes sense because last night was the 9 of Swords, and then it ended with, guess what card it ended with? The 9 of Pentacles. That's only 5 cards and 3 Pentacles came out. So I said, listen, I know the energy of wealth is with me. There's something that's blocking it. I have to just figure out what's blocking it and get into that receptive mode. Daily sign, like all 12 signs, that's a lot. I don't know if I have the energy for all that. But I do a daily collective reading for anybody that finds my videos. Just like a daily tarot. I thought about doing the different signs too. I'm trying to do things that not everyone's doing. I know that there's a million tarot readers on YouTube. But I'm going to try the Teddy's tarot, see what happens with that one. My little cat's going to pick the card. I might do the based on the signs. That would be a lot. I wonder if I could do it. A lot of the channels I see, there's a lot of channels that specifically, you know what they do? They only do Scorpio because the Scorpios love this stuff. Oh shit. Teddy, you okay? Sweets. I totally can, but the thing is, Melissa, I don't know if I want to do that many videos a day. Like every day, or maybe every week, you mean? Like once a week, do all 12 signs? If I did all 12 signs daily, oh my God, that would be a lot. That would take a lot of time. Because then you got to upload them, and the videos, they don't upload to YouTube easily. They take like 25 minutes to upload a 12-minute video. I don't know, I'll think about it. I will think about that. I'm not sure. I am posting at least 3 videos a day now, but maybe once a week. Maybe a sign a day for 12 days. I guess I could do that too. Yeah, I could do that too, like an ongoing 12-day thing. Maybe I'll just do based on the element. You know, the water, the air, fire, earth, all that stuff. I'm open to suggestions, and I definitely will think about it. I gotta find that balance with what feels right, where I'm not forcing something, because I know if I'm forcing it and I'm not happy doing it, the energy's not going to be there. That's true. Yeah, I could do that. But the thing is, I guess I could try that. But yeah, I'll try that. Let's see. My tarot videos don't seem to be getting too many views, though. I don't know why. They're really good videos. They're just not getting many views. So I'll break it up a little bit. Okay, that's a good idea. I'll try that. I will definitely try that. I'll do shorter readings too, 3 cards for the sign. I'll start that next week, because tomorrow launches the Magician's Circle. Actually, maybe I should start that tomorrow, October 1st. I'll start out with the air signs. Tomorrow will be the air signs. I've been doing that. The daily affirmation. A lot of the daily affirmations are just a 1-card reading. The shorts get a lot more views than anything 10 minutes or over. Those little shorts, they get a lot of views. Hi, baby. You okay, my sweetie? There's my teddy bear. There's my little sweetie. You okay? Good boy. I love this cat. He's my heart. My soulmate, my baby. My sweetie. You okay, Teddy? You okay, sweets? Hi, baby. You don't have a lot of crunchies left. You gotta wait till later. What happens, I overfed them, and now that they're not eating a lot because they ran out of food, make my cat my logo? But I'm the, I don't know about that one. But my tarot business is serious. And I like my logo. I'll give him his own logo for his own little playlist. How about that? You guys think I should make my business logo Teddy? But my business is registered as Joey's Magic Tarot. It's a real business. He is my soulmate. Yes, he is. He's my soulmate. He never leaves my side. He's such a good cat, though. He is my soulmate. I wrote a song about it too. The song goes like this. My soulmate is a cat. My soulmate is a cat. That's the whole song. My soulmate is a cat. You guys have given me a lot to think about. My soulmate is a cat. Bump, bump. I will definitely think about these videos and figure out what I want to do. I gotta remember to do what's fun though. That's the only thing. When I'm not having fun, when I'm forcing myself to do things, and I'm doing it because I think it's gonna, that I'm trying to force the channel to grow, or I'm trying to get more likes and views, it doesn't pan out. I gotta make sure I'm having fun with it, because when I'm having fun, then I know it's good positive energy coming through. The suggestions are great, they really are. I gotta just figure out what I want to do, what makes the most sense for me. And just, I've proven that I can be consistent on YouTube. I've posted every day for months now. I have over 200 videos now. But I'm still trying to find that video that really resonates, that really hits the mark, and that really gets those views and gets people coming to my page. That I'm not sure about. Because there's people that are on YouTube only like a year longer than me. Although I don't know when they actually started posting videos, but there's people that have less videos than me, and they get a lot of views, like 25,000 every time they post. And I'm like, what the hell's the difference between what this person's doing and what I'm doing? That's all stuff I have to work through. That's all internal stuff that I have to figure out. That's all on me. That's not on this other guy that I'm talking about. But there is a guy on here that does give advice on how to grow a YouTube channel, and one of his biggest things is to post a bunch of videos, see which ones get the most views, keep doing videos like that. And it's about going live. He's like, go live every day, even if no one's there. Even if it's just you by yourself, go live every day. That's how you're gonna build a community. And so that I feel like I'm doing a good job with that. All right. I know, I appreciate Melissa. I appreciate it, I really do. I just have so many things I'm trying to figure out at the same time. Honestly, when the suggestions come in, sometimes I think, damn, those are good suggestions. But then I'm like, was my intuition wrong this whole time? Are my videos bad? Am I just not good at it? That's that whole not feeling like I'm not worthy, I'm not good at it, that I'm just, people don't want to hear what I have to say. Any video I posted, I put my heart into it. And I did try to give my best readings I could. But maybe I need to change things up a little bit, and do something more. Maybe people resonate more when they see their zodiac sign. Maybe that's something that, I know for Scorpio, if it's specifically for Scorpios, we're going to click on it. And a lot of readers I see, they say most of the people that watch their videos are Scorpios. So the Scorpio videos, really, those are the ones that people watch, because Scorpios love this shit. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing. That's why I tried like the funny videos, like with the cats. That's why I'm trying the daily tarot, just the the daily affirmations by using tarot, by using oracle cards, trying all different things. That's why I think is my channel too scattered? I did clean up my channel though. I did get all the videos in different playlists, so it's more organized now. It looks better. Oh, what do you mean? Like you mean my channel? Like what I think was my higher self, my oversoul? I did that on live? I forgot I did that. Did I do that? It was only once, right? I think it was only once. I mean, I'll try to channel him now, or me now, and see what comes through. Was that funny? Was that interesting? I mean, I'll try to channel. I've been drinking water all day, so I have nothing but water in the house to drink. So they say to drink a lot of water when you channel because remember, water is the conductor, and the channel comes through the chakras from the crown chakra down, and so you have to be hydrated for channeling to work. And this is water, by the way. Oh, I mean, I could try that now. Does anybody want to see if anything comes through? We can try that and see what happens, see what comes through. Do you guys know what I found out today? I found out that Dan Aykroyd, the actor, comes from a family of mediums. Isn't that wild? And he knows about Edgar Cayce. He knows about this New Age stuff. He used to visit mediums all the time. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna. Hang on 1 minute. Isn't that wild? Dan Aykroyd. Yeah, he said John Cusack wrote a screenplay about Edgar Cayce that Dan Aykroyd read, and Dan Aykroyd was going to play a skeptical doctor. He's like, it was a great screenplay. John Cusack was going to play Edgar Cayce. He's like, I don't know what happened. He's like, but I think now is the time that movie can get financed and that movie can come out. If that movie about Edward Cayce comes out at some point in the next couple of years, then we know the world is really changing because the world is really opening up. Every time I go on an app, there's every age you can imagine talking about a spiritual awakening. People in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. People are waking up everywhere. I see like all across the world, little sparks of light. They all start lighting up, like little flames popping up because the whole world is changing. The more of us that change, the more of us that awaken, the more of us put our attention on the world changing for the positive, coming together in unity, building that utopia, entering the age of Aquarius, forgiving each other, recognizing that we're me talking to Brianna, Melissa is me. We're all part of this. So the more people think about that, the more and more and more the vibration of the planet changes, and the quicker we're going to elevate to that fifth dimension. Okay, I will try to channel something and see what comes through. Let me just get some music going and see what happens here. Koshoto makala keshe mekere kahai. Akala ba koshonto kole bekeshe ti keshana makokai. Ekere bekese te shetai. Moko hoshondo goshondo kole bekeshe ti keshana makala bakayala kasai. Inde bekeshe te hoshondo bokokoyala makashanta tana makoshoto koshone. Bele keshe kai jaya kokumo kohoshete mekeshe ta konda kohoila bakoshondo mokoyala kasai. Inda ka he mukukuchum mokoshota kekele mokumakahayla kahamukukohete keshete keki mukukuto humakayala kahata mata toshon medekeshe nebekukoyala bakasha medeke nekeshete mukumukoshokoyala bakashondo koyala bakashondo koyala bakashondo koyo mandango hoshoto koshoto kolo bokoyala basanta kanda kashate keshete poko hoko koshoto malakayala basontai Indamon kokoya la kahahima kuche keche 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 ke andamo kokola boshoto koya nangala boko chotom hokochi ki na kacha kalebe ke ihehe mokochoto mokakaya la basantatai. It is not a coincidence that any one of you have found any one of you. It is not a coincidence that Joey is on this live. It is not a coincidence that you're on the live watching him. It is not a coincidence that anyone has found his life. Even the guy earlier that was messing with him and playing that joke on him, not a single bit of this is a coincidence. You are all divine souls living a divine earthly experience. You are divinely connected to one source, God, universe, whatever you want to call the source that connects us all. You are him, he is you. We are all one. We are all connected. It is not by happenstance or circumstance or coincidence that you find yourself on his lives, for you are all awakening and you are all in the great remembering. You are souls having the earthly experience. You have all lived many lives that you don't even know about that will blow your minds, that in time you will find out. Every one of you is on a mission and your soul's on a path to growth, to elevate your consciousness, to find out who you are, to stand in this earthly game, and while you're in the earthly game, to remember who you are as a divine soul, to wake up like the movie Men in Black. You've entered this life with a veil over your eyes, and that veil is slowly being removed from all of your eyes. As you find Joey's live and as you hear what he has to say, as you are awakening in your own way, as you're all building a community of fellow seekers, you're awakening. The veil is being removed little by little by little by little by little. And as the veil removes and you step into who you are on a divine soul level and the power of who you are, that you are the energy that creates worlds and universes. You are the energy that is known as God, as source, fractals, all of the same source coming together, branches on a tree, leaves on a tree, but still the same tree, still the same energy that grows from the roots to the trees, that grows the fruit with the seeds in it, that grows more fruit and more fruit and more fruit. And every single one of you are on a path, and you're growing, you're changing, you're stepping into your higher calling, you're stepping into your soul's calling. This is a pivotal time. You're no better than anybody else, no worse than anybody else. You're just waking up at your time. And if you're getting discouraged because other people are awake and you're not awake yet, don't be discouraged by that, because everyone is awakening in their own time. You're on your own mission, your own path. The only one you should compare yourself to is you. Compare yourself to the you of yesterday. How am I different from yesterday? What do I need to learn from yesterday? What can I learn from yesterday? The yesterday doesn't exist in all reality, but for you guys to understand, I'm going to use time as a construct of Earth. Remember who you were yesterday and know that every day you're changing. And when you remember yesterday and you look for the future, remember you have only the now moment. So who are you right now as we speak? Who are you? Who are you right now as we speak? Who is Joey right now as he speaks? Who are you right now as you speak? As you sit there in your home, in your bedroom, taking care of your family, looking at other social media, as you're listening to Joey, as you're coming together in unity, in communion, building a community together of spiritual seekers, who are you in the now moment? It's only about the now moment. Think of time as you standing still and you're changing, but think about a tree. The whole world around that tree can change, but if that tree is not touched and that tree is still there, that tree is just still there, growing, changing, but the whole world around is changing. That's kind of what time is like for you guys on Earth. You're standing still, but time is moving all around you because time doesn't exist the way you know, the way Joey knows. But in this now moment, who are you and who do you want to be and what do you choose in the now moment? Do you choose frustration? Do you choose anger? Do you choose bitterness? Do you choose resentment for the pain of your past from your childhood, which definitely was painful? All of you have a pain from your childhood. All of humanity carries a pain from their childhood. And in an energetic way, the imprint of that 7-year-old on Joey's soul that was so wounded seeing his mom Gloria like that imprint is on his soul, and that imprint stayed there on his soul. Like scuff marks, like dirt on a white dress. It's not being removed until you decide, wait, until you even look down and see, oh shit, that's there. I need to remove that from my life. It's hindering me. So all of you are on this journey. As your souls elevate, your consciousness elevates. You're all changing. You're growing. You're seeing this doesn't work and that doesn't work. And as you elevate your consciousness and as you get into that receptive mode, by dealing with the shadow work, by removing those stains on your soul, by dealing with the pain of your past, by healing that inner child that is a moment in time. That 7-year-old was a moment in time that will stay there. And when he dies and he goes and does the Akashic Records and does his life review, Joey and Gloria will review that moment together. She will see the pain he caused, and she will see the pain she caused him, and he will see what she felt in the moment, knowing that as a mom she let him down. It's all healing, it's all growth, it's all soul's growth. When you come into life and you have hardship and pain and suffering and misery, know that you are a soul that actually has advanced enough in life that you knew you could handle that pain, you knew you could handle that suffering, knew you could handle that broken inner child. But now the inner child is coming to life and being healed all across the world. Your inner children are being healed. By healing that past inner child, you're setting the adult version of you free to live life, to grow, to mature, to step into these higher realms of consciousness. By letting go of what you call the past, you are stepping into your now moment. And who are you in the now moment? You're not just a tarot reader. You're not just a mom. You're not just a marketer. You're not just an artist. You're all of that and more. You're an ancient being, an ancient soul that has lived on many planets, that has lived in many galaxies, that is part of the creation of this whole thing. You are loved and you are known. And we proved that by showing Joey and Alyssa connecting through that dream through Alyssa's father and Mike. That's a spiritual connection that you all have. That's a synchronicity for you, Alyssa. That's a synchronicity for you, Joey. To see the oneness, the connection for all of us. When Joey got that, sorry, Joey came through, but when Joey got that message about his book being published, and he told his sister-in-law about it. All of a sudden she goes, I was just thinking about your book the other day and thinking about how I loved your book. And he sat there and thought, holy shit, we are really all connected. We're all connected, but who are you in the now moment? Who are you in the now moment? Who are you choosing to be right now? Are you choosing to let things flow easily through you and just say, universe, I trust that everything's working out? Talk to your higher self, say, higher self, I know that you and I are one, but I don't really know you, but lead me, guide me, show me the path. Who are you in the now moment? We only have this now moment. And in the now moment, you have a choice at any given moment. Do you react negatively or positively? Do you choose to make this a learning experience, or do you choose to carry this bitterness and take it with you and know that it's going to hinder you? Every choice is yours. Your guides will not interfere with your life unless you call on them for guidance and for help. Joey's guide Mark does not interfere in his life. Even though Joey begs him to interfere, he will not interfere because Joey's soul is on a deep spiritual path of learning and growing and maturing and healing many, many decades and centuries of familial past, of familial wounds. And everyone that's on this live right now is being called to step into the now moment, to learn who you are, to know who you are on a soul level, and know that in any given moment, you have the choice to make something of that moment. You can make it a negative, you can make it a positive. You can choose your path at any given moment, your life can change. It's up to you. And the message of the night is who are you in the now moment? Who are you in the now moment? And who do you want to be in the now moment? Because guys, you only ever have right now. And with that, we are done. Did that make sense? I know it was said. I know it was said, and I know I don't like zone out, but I just sort of let that. My body was like on fire. My hand was on fire. My body's sweating. I don't sweat much these days. Did any of that make sense? I was scared, but I was told, just open your mouth and we'll fill it. We are all connected. We are all here for a reason. And we're connecting for this reason, for this time. Did anybody feel anything in their body when I was speaking the light language? Sometimes I, to be honest, I don't feel things. I just kind of go with what I feel intuitively. But like I don't feel energy unless I start channeling. Then my body gets hot. Like I'm like on fire, hot. I hope that resonated with everybody. I hope that made sense. That was scary for me to do, but I do feel like I need to do more of that, honestly. So I'm glad you asked about that, about the channeling. And my mouth did definitely get dry. Oh, really? Oh, wow, that's amazing. Yeah, so that was definitely the energy coming through. I used to speak in tongues when I was going to a Christian church. I think, you know how the Bible says that they spoke in the tongues of men and of angels? I think that what's coming through is actually an angelic language. I don't think it's an earthly language. Sometimes it sounds like an earthly language. It sounds Korean to me, actually. Some parts sound Korean to me, but I don't know. But I think it's more of like tongues of angels. Oh, yeah, really? Do you ever just blurt out? Do you ever just, in meditation, just... Here's how it happened to me. I was a born-again Christian for many years and still consider myself a Christian in some ways. And then when the awakening started happening, one night, I started in a deep time of meditation, I started hearing this phrase. We are all, wait, we are all, we are everywhere, we are one. We are all, we are everywhere, we are one. I got creeped out by it, but it kept coming to me. And what happened is I started feeling this pressure on the top of my head, like something was on the tip of my tongue and I couldn't say it. Like it was like, you know when you forget something and it's on the tip of your tongue? I felt this pressure on the back of my head, like something was trying to come through. And all of a sudden in that meditation, I opened my mouth and I thought, oh, okay. I was like, am I speaking in tongues again? Like when I was going to church? But then very shortly after that, I saw a video on YouTube that said it was somebody speaking light language. Her whole channel was just her speaking light language. And I thought, oh, okay, so this is light language. That's what speaking in tongues is. Speaking in tongues is like getting a message from the higher realms, and it's light language. Yeah, you gotta look that out. That's light language. And it's me sending energetic codes to you guys. A lot of times I speak that and then I get a message. So maybe the message and the light language have something to do with each other. I'm not sure. But I know that when I go on my meditative walks, when I just around my house, like I could turn it on and off like that. I don't need to meditate. You know, I could do like, right. I don't have to turn it on or off. It's just always there. I open my mouth and it's there. I just have to set the intention. Light language, come on, and it's just right there all the time. And it was the same way when I was like deep in the born again church and I spoke in tongues a lot in prayer. It was the same way. I just boop, it just comes right out. Some people find it scary. It's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little weird to people because it looks like I'm being possessed. But I'm in total control of my body every minute of every second, every second of every minute. I'm in control of me, even when I'm speaking. When I said I as Joey, like the flow was more third person, but when that came up with the story about my sister-in-law, what happened is Joey, that memory came back to me because that was just this past Sunday, and I started thinking about the memory. So it's like what happened is it was almost like I sort of took the microphone for a second and then thought, wait, they're gonna think that I'm making this up. So let me go back to the third person thing. So that's what I mean, like the words come out fast and I don't know what I'm gonna say, and it's definitely not me saying it, but at different moments, like I can definitely step in and take over if I want to, which I did for a second. Does that make sense? I just want people to know I'm a scam artist, like I'm not making money from this. This was embarrassing for me to do this, it's a little nerve-wracking for me. But yeah, sometimes that's how it is. It's like the flow is so strong, but as the flow starts to die down and the message is dying down, I could easily jump in and take over. I do feel a relief myself when I speak in light language. I do feel a sense of relief myself. The hand motions, that's all like, I don't know what that means. That's all intuitive. In my mind's eye, sometimes when I'm doing the hand motions, I'm seeing light come out of my hands, like energy. Like it's almost like I'm manipulating energy that I can't see. When it first started happening, I remember vividly doing the motion and said, this feels like I'm turning a knob on a dial. I would do this motion from the top and go all the way down. And when I looked up the chakras, it's like I was tuning all my chakras from the sacral all the way up to the crown. And I was doing this motion like I'm turning a dial one by one by one by one by one. It was almost like I was turning them on. Does that make sense? I think the chakras and all that is really just like an antenna. It's the frequency. That's where the frequency comes from. That's how our souls, I think, enter our bodies, is through the crown chakra. And then when we're speaking that language and everything, when this stuff is coming through, it's coming through that like antenna of chakras is how I see it in my mind's eye. And I was told like over a year ago that water is the conductor. That's why when you channel, you have to be very hydrated because water is the conductor for the energy to come through. I fucking sound batshit crazy, I know it. Who the hell am I at this point? Who am I in this now moment? I'm a 45-year-old hippie, I guess. Guys, there's somebody on TikTok. He's the blue collar astrologer. Go check him out. Does anybody else have any thoughts about the light language? Did we freak out Melissa? Melissa, you okay? Did that freak you out if you're still with us? I know Brianna's heard it before. I've definitely channeled before for Brianna. I'd like to actually start offering this in sessions with people. Maybe in a one-on-one session, I could see if there's a specific channeled message for the person. I wonder if people would be open to that. That would be fun to try. That was fun. All right. You know, guys, it's all going to work out. It always works out in the end anyway. It's all going to work out. This card just flipped out Ace of Pentacles in the Wizard's Tarot. And then bottom of the deck, Ten of Pentacles. Behind that, Queen of Pentacles. Behind that, Nine of Swords, Sleepless Nights. Behind that, Knight of Pentacles. The Pentacles are coming, just be patient. No problem. Thank you guys for the likes and everything. Thank you so much. Oh, man. I hope I'm not too loud. I hope my neighbors don't hear me. I get awkward about that. Yeah, 10 likes. I think actually up to 10 likes. You know what happened, Lissa? The other day, I think it was a Saturday when I did the live, or Sunday, when we had a lot of people come in, and I got up like 193 subscribers. All of a sudden, it went down to 188. People kept on subscribing. Isn't that shitty of them? Isn't that shitty to do? They kept on subscribing, those fucking people. Whatever. I'll still just give back. What are you gonna do? I've been there. I know what it's like to, you know, maybe they really can't afford the $5 reading. I don't know. I just come on here to make a connection and give back. It's my way of giving back. Hey there, Michelle, how are you? Would it be nice if at some point, you know, people that I've done 25, 30 readings for, every time they come on here, would it be nice if they at least gave me a $5 donation? Of course it would. It would be a nice gesture. Go ahead and like the live and do all that stuff, fun stuff first. I'll pull a card for you. I'm doing good. You just missed me channel a message from my guide, my higher self, or my guide. I'm not sure who the message came from. You just missed some excitement. I did some light language, and I channeled a message from the higher realms. I'm also a channel. Okay. You know, where's the balance? I want to give back, but at some point it's like, geez Louise. You know, would it hurt you to throw me $5 just to say thank you, Joey, for all you do? I really appreciate all the guidance you've given me. But whatever, what can you do? Okay, Vishali. Vishali, you got the Magician. Make it happen. You're manifesting. You're making it happen. I saw your question. Don't be so impatient. I'm here with you. There's 2 people on the live. I'm not going to miss your question. You got the Magician card. Making the magic happen. Balancing the 4 elements. Yeah, good positive energy around you. You could say God, but yeah, it's a channeled message from, I believe it's from my higher self. You know, the big part of my soul. You know, the oversoul, they call it. You know what I mean? Happy what is that? Navratri? What is Navratri? Is it a holiday in India? Oh, thank you. What is this goddess known for? Tell me how you celebrate the holiday and what is she known for? Her name is Durga. I come from the Christian world. They don't believe in any of that stuff. Strength and courage. Okay, I could use some strength and courage right now. I could definitely use some strength and courage and fight against evil. Okay, that's good. What does she look like? Let me Google her. She's called Lord or Lourdes? She's called Lord Durga. Wait, let me do... This holiday lasts how many days? 5 days? 6 days? 7 days? Where's Durga? Navratri. She comes in 9 different forms? Oh, 9 days. Oh, 9 days for the 9 forms? You don't have to call me sir. Just call me Joey. Just call me by my first name, Joey. You don't have to call me sir. She has 9 different forms. Interesting. I think if there are 12 levels of consciousness, and Earth is the third dimension, like there's 12 levels of consciousness, like there's 12 dimensions, and human beings are pregnant and we're in utero for 9 months, and we're in the 3D world, 3 plus 9 is 12. When we are growing in our mom's womb, the earthly body is growing in our mom's womb, are we downgrading 9 levels of consciousness to live in the 3D world? That's what I think. That came to me one day. So she's 9. Yeah, 9 is a powerful number. 9 is about, the number 9 is about wish fulfillment. Isn't that wild to think about? So our soul is downgraded consciousness throughout those 9 months. I personally believe that the soul is in the body from the moment of conception until the moment of death. Because for me, the full earthly experience would be from conception to death. Because even though our human body doesn't remember what it was like growing in the womb, our soul knows what it's like to grow in the womb. Plus, how are you going to tell somebody that had a stillborn baby that her baby didn't have a soul yet? Some New Age people believe that. They don't believe that there's a soul in the body until you take your first breath. I think that that's fucking bonkers to me, but you know, who am I? So for me personally, yes, our soul is in our body from conception to death, because that's the full earthly experience. See, thank you for saying that. I've mentioned that on so many different spiritual places, and no one ever comments on it. No one ever notices that. I thought it was brilliant. That popped in my head one day. I was like, wait, so we're downgrading consciousness, kind of like the movie Men in Black. You know, remember the movie Men in Black from the 90s? They hit the little pen, and the light flashes, and then they forget everything. That's what it's like. We forget everything. Hi there, Ram. How are you? What's your name, Ram, and where are you from? Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like the live, and I'll pull a card for you. Vishali, just call me by my name. You can call me Joey. You don't have to call me, sir. It was a great movie. You're a big girl. Okay, that's nice to know. Oh, Men in Black. Yes, Men in Black is a great movie. Your name is Vishnavi? So I have Vishali and Vishnavi. Are you from India as well? Tell me where you're from and how old are you? Would you like me to pull a card for you, give you an intuitive tarot reading based on the card? And I think it's a holiday for you too today, right? You guys are celebrating the goddess Durga? All right, let me know when you subscribe and like the live, and then I'll go ahead and pull a card for you. Just tell me your age and your zodiac. Oh, there's your age. Tell me your zodiac sign. And what part of India are you guys from? Indian food is some of my favorite food. You're a Libra? Okay, it's your season. I grew up in Queens. Queens has a pretty large Indian community. West Indies, East Indies. I have a sister-in-law that's Guyanese, and I love her food. Her cultural food, Guyanese Chinese, is the best. I love Indian food though. I love curry. I love rice. I'm Italian, but I don't like pasta. I prefer rice. It's really the carb. If I'm gonna eat a carbohydrate, I prefer rice, not pasta. Oops. Okay. If you're 15, I'm gonna remove you from the live. I don't allow anybody in here under 18, so I'm gonna kick you out. Okay. All right, so I hit that person. Hopefully she at least subscribed. At least maybe I gotta subscribe out of it. But I don't do cards for teenagers, guys. I don't do that. 18 and older. 18 and older. At least she was honest. Does anybody know about iPhones and selling old iPhones? I have an old iPhone I want to sell, but I think it's locked. I think it might be locked. I'm not sure. Maybe I should just find it out though. But no, I have to find the carrier and all that. I could still sell the phone if it's unlocked, right? I mean, if it's locked, I could still sell it, right? All right, guys. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome in, welcome in. Let's get some paid readings, guys. My cats need to eat dinner tonight. Help a brother out, guys. Ah, it's okay. I'm not gonna twist anybody's arm. Let's see. Guys, don't hate me for this, but it's happening. Who else is here with me? Say hello, say hello. I hit that person, but what I actually meant to do was remove them from the channel.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your...
Oh wait, that's copyrighted. Oh no, it's not copyrighted at this point, is it? I want instrumentals here. Bum, 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 bum. Welcome in, who just joined? Trying to get comfortable here. Welcome in, who just joined? Who else is still here with me? Who's gonna hang out the full magic hour, which really is like 2 hours? Let's see. Who else is here with me? Would you like me to pull a card for you if you're here with me? Da, 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 da. Who else is here with me? Welcome in. Would anyone else like a reading? Who else is here with me? Do you have anything you want to contribute to the live? Anything you want to share? Let's go ahead. Oh, you know what? I found a picture of that. I mentioned in one of my lives a Hawaiian model I know. Well, a model. Well, he's Hawaiian and he's a beautiful model. I actually met a lady last Sunday at my brother's house that was hanging out for my nephew's birthday. A coworker of my sister's-in-law, well, my sister-in-law Sarita, and the lady actually grew up in, guess where? Hawaii. She grew up in Oahu. That might be my way to get to Hawaii. She might be my ticket to Hawaii. That lady. All right. If I might hop off here if the room is quiet and people are not contributing or talking or anything. I might hop off here. Oh, there you are. Okay. Yeah, pretty cool. She's a nice lady. She's gonna be visiting Hawaii soon. She grew up there. Filipino lady. Have you been doing more art? Do you do art every day? Or have you thought more about moving to that studio? The Chariot card came up again for you. That wasn't the original card you were gonna get though. I got distracted. The original card I pulled for you was actually the Knight of Swords, which is about taking quick, fast-moving action. Once you come up with a plan, go for it with your all. And then I got the Chariot, which is another fast-moving card, so you might be getting that green light to move. What do we need to know? Give me a card from this deck I haven't seen before. Give me a card from this deck I haven't seen before. Whoops. I think as you're about to up-level your life, it's like, you know, there's a lot of things that in the past would have held you back. But when you're about to up-level your life, you got to get rid of that stuff. And it's almost like I'm in this furnace, which the Bible talks about. You know, it's like that. Have you ever worked with clay or anything like that? Listen, I'd love, like, in the future, like, future me, you know, like, this is what I want to do for, like, future me, because I have too many hobbies I've accumulated, but future me does have a hobby in a cute little studio, like a little bungalow on my property, where I make things, toys or whatnot. One of the things I want to do is I want to get a small pottery wheel and a small kiln, and I want to work with that silver clay. So just like that silver clay, it's just as much silver as this clay, but the clay is what burns and melts away. But what's left is the silver. And so I feel like right now, this like cocoon I'm in is a time, especially because I'm like, my life I think is about to up level big time. You know, all of a sudden a flood of clients coming in, possibly opportunities to do public speaking, things like that. Just like at any second, things are just gonna blow up from my spiritual business. But in order for that to happen, there's still some stuff that I need to deal with. That, let's say the big thing comes into my life, like a big opportunity, but I don't deal with the crap that's in my life, I might sabotage myself and ruin the whole thing. So I feel like I am being prepared. And this last little bit of stuff I'm working on that keeps coming up, it's like it comes up and I'm able to deal with it right away and move on from it and heal myself and whatnot. And so I think of that clay, like it's being burned away so that something new can be born. Because I need to be prepared to step into that career where all of a sudden money's there, people are there, people are depending on me. You know, what if I get invited to speak somewhere at some conference or something, or just even just on somebody's YouTube or something like that. And let's say they pay me a little bit of money to come on there. Who knows? Am I prepared for that? Can I handle that? You know, like how that guy was being a jerk with me earlier. Can I handle people like that? You know, I feel like that last little bit of energy work is being done. Okay, embrace courage. Open your mind, learn from experiences, and let answers unfold in your journey. Embrace courage. The bottom card says Valley of Shadows, all about shadow work. Step into the enveloping valley of shadows. Here, fears are faced, and the courage is forged in dimly lit paths. I know the fear I'm facing, of course, the fear of losing everything, being homeless, everything falling apart. That's a big fear. Not having enough food for my cats. But I always have enough. Things always work out, and they always work out better. The other thing about that whole innocence lost and disappointment that I forgot to mention earlier, which I might mention on the live tomorrow, is, hang on, what the hell's the train of thought? It'll come back to me. Yes, yeah. I know, I gotta deal with that. I find the majority of people would love to take from you, but not give you anything in return. But honestly, I haven't met any jerks on here. Just a couple of people that come on here and they make jokes and stuff like that. Outside of that, most of the people I've met, probably 98% of the people I've met through tarot, being on here, are really great, wonderful people. I used to work in customer service. I've worked in customer service on and off since 2005. I've spoken to thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of people from all over the world, every culture you can imagine. Rich, poor, black, white, gay, straight, professors, lay people. I've done customer service for cell phones, cable companies, insurance companies. I've talked to every kind of human you can imagine. So much so that I could tell where they're from and what race they are just by their accent. Well, not most of it, but a lot of the time I could. You really get to know people, and you know what's interesting? You get to see cultural differences by how they speak. Different cultures treat you different ways because what's acceptable in their culture. Like some cultures are pushy, some cultures are, not pushy, they're apologetic. Some cultures are very cheap. I'm not joking, this is just how human nature is. We're very tribal in nature. But as the world awakens, we're gonna forget that tribalism and we're gonna remember that we're all connected and we're all one anyway. We're just one having different experiences through different cultures, different bodies, different sexes, different genders. Interesting, right? People are so funny. Older Southern people would call me ma'am, and Filipino people would call me ma'am on the phone every time. Every time. Older Southern people and Filipino people. No matter how many times I was like, do I sound like a man? Oh, sorry, ma'am. I mean, sir. I'm like, no, I'm not a ma'am. I am a sir. I'm a little girly, my little Stormy cat's here, my little baby. Cats are so funny. Anytime that there's something that they can walk under, they walk under it. Really? Do you have a deeper voice? Do I have a feminine voice? Do I have a high voice? I don't think so. I think I have like a gravelly voice. Go girly. My little cat's out here. My little baby's out here. My little sweetie pie. She's out here and she's standing under the tripod. Oh, really? I'm nasally too because of adenoid issues. I used to sound like Ray Romano. I used to hate my voice. Hate it. I was so embarrassed of my voice. Terribly embarrassed of it. I used to hate it. And then somehow it changed as I got older. It got more raspy, got a little deeper. It just got like less nasally. I don't know. It just changed. And then when I came out as gay, a lot of guys tell me that they like my voice. They like my voice. I'm like, really? People like my voice? Someone told me the other day that I should try to get into voice acting. I was like, really? Voice acting? I don't know about that. Come here, Stormy girl. Come here, sweet girl. Stormy Grays. Oh, nice relaxing moment. Did your family celebrate Christmas, Alyssa? Who else is here with us? It's Alyssa and who else? Who else is here with us? Oh, really? Interesting. Oh, I love your art. Do you do, can you do a picture of my cats? I'd pay you, of course, at some point for it. What's your choice of medium? Do you oil pastels, acrylic paints, oil paints, imagine? I've known several artists in my life. I've known lots of artists in my life. My friend Jessica Dudek is a really wonderful artist. I follow this artist named Joey Matula. He does like art that I normally don't like. It's just like blocks of color just like smeared around, but it's more orderly. It's not like Jackson Pollock, but Jackson Pollock just threw the paint everywhere. But I bet you'll agree with this. Modern art is not art. Modern art is like a lot of modern art seems to be a political statement. But if you look back at art like in the Renaissance, that type of art, like that took mastery, that took skill. The Mona Lisa, the Sistine Chapel, the Statue of David, Edgar, what's his name? Edgar Munch. You look at Monet and Manet and Georgia O'Keeffe, Salvador Dali. That's like, we're entering a renaissance. That's the thing, we're entering a renaissance. We really are. We're going back to that time. If you look at humanity, look at people in America. I just saw a realtor post what he called a beautiful home. That beautiful home was a big box with flat gray walls and some blue cabinets. We've lost our eye for art and design because when the industrial age took over, a small group of very wealthy people figured out, let's give the poor people less quality stuff and charge them the same prices for it, let them think it's on sale. And as they got richer and richer, the quality went down and down and down and down and down. But we're going back, we're leaving that. I follow a guy on Facebook that makes hats. He makes hats from scratch. Felt hats, top hats, cool hats with skulls on it. And there's people I see all the time that make leather goods. They're burning leather, making leather goods. I see people, soaps, candles. There's a lady I see on YouTube that she, hey Lisa, there's a lady I see on YouTube that she goes to a thrift store, she buys a couple of items, like blankets, and from that one blanket, she makes an entire jacket. Holy shit. There's people that like cooking. There's people that, there's a company that has a bunch of houses here. They're building houses here. And the whole point of their community is that when you buy the house, you're getting 3 to 5 acres of land to build a homestead. People are going back to homesteading. They're making their own ginger ale. They're making, clearly their own bread and butter. We're making our own stuff, and we're getting away from the factory-made stuff, the corporate stuff that has no soul, and we're going back to the soul, art, design, creativity. And a lot of people are starting to recognize that homes these days that are called beautiful are nothing more than big, wide open boxes. The actress Kirsten Dunst said in an interview, she's like, listen, enjoy your house the way you like it. She's like, that's fine. Open floor plans are great. She's like, but listen, I like a home with doors. She's like, I like rooms with doors that can close. I like separation. I love nooks and crannies, little corners, little hallways. Art and design, it's all coming back. We're coming back to that renaissance. I really feel it. We really are. And we're going back to that place where we're giving one of another, where the goal is not to make the family that owns the company the richest that they can be. The goal is to create beautiful art, beautiful design. Humans are done living in big, wide open beige boxes with nothing interesting to look at. We're done with that. We're moving on from that. We really are. I see it. I see it so clearly. We're entering that age of Aquarius. Even look at this, even Hollywood. There's a really great interview with Woody Allen on YouTube. It's like an hour-and-a-half interview, and the reporter did an incredible job. She researched him. I mean, she did an incredible job, the interviewer. But, movies are not the same anymore, guys. No one's going to the movie theaters anymore. The theater used to be something that we'd go to with friends. It would be an event. When I was a little kid, I didn't care about going to see Rocky. But my brothers, my cousins, it was a big event. They took all of us to see Rocky. It was like a thing we did. We shared in the culture. That we shared in the love of cinema, of movies. We shared in all that. And no one's doing it anymore. The prices are exorbitant. People can't afford it. And it's the same old superhero movies. How many fucking Superman movies do we need? How many Marvel movies do we need? And people are now moving away from that. That's not bad. That stuff is not bad. I'm not saying that stuff is bad. But we lost the love of cinema. It's gone. And Woody Allen said, they'll give you, he's like, yeah, they'll play your movie for 2 weeks in the theater, and then they'll pull it, but they do it to you as a courtesy, as a favor. You'll make no money from the movie. You won't sell any tickets, and then the next thing you know, the studio will put it right on streaming. And then there you go, your movie is streaming now. You know, creativity is gone, but it's coming back. People are finding that. I'm seeing people making pottery nonstop. And they're selling it. People making jewelry nonstop. Making things out of glass. We're going back to that love of art and design and that love of creativity. And that Renaissance age is coming back, ladies. We're stepping into it right now. Humanity is basically doing one giant reset. Isn't that crazy? We're doing one big giant reset. Even theater was nothing. Look at the modern Broadway. Modern Broadway is nothing but the musical version of a movie that already existed. There's no originality in theater, or very little. You love these cheap little flat, these are so thin and cheap from the Dollar General. I gotta get new curtains. I gotta get some style and some design in here. But thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you, it doesn't look too bad, I don't think. I have some Christmas lights hanging. It's been a good day. It's been another dark night of the soul, but that's okay. I came through it. I posted a video about it on YouTube, Elisa, if you want to watch it. And some crazy dreams happening still, nonstop, those crazy dreams. Yeah, I love Dollar General. There's one right down the block from me. I don't have a car right now, and my cats need cat food. If I don't get a ride to the store, I'm gonna have to walk to that Dollar General. It's not too far, but it's kind of far. I don't want to fucking walk there. You do, for real? Oh, I thought the brick would be more professional. You don't think so? I'll keep using the brick for my other videos, though. I think that looks better. Oh, it's okay. This is a more relaxing setting, you think? I mean, I'll keep sitting here. It's more comfortable for me. Yeah, mine was a big, heavy one I had to deal with this morning. I'm still trying to work through some of the how is it going to work out feelings as far as money. Like, how's this shit going to work out right now? I don't know, but I have some big needs coming up, guys. But it always works out. It always works out. I don't have a way to get to the store today. I didn't have a way to order anything today either, but I did find a very little bit of Teddy's favorite food in the cabinet. I found a few of his crunchies. So at least he'll have a few crunchies tonight. He won't go to bed starving. He's not starving. He can eat the tuna fish, guys. I gave him a whole can of tuna, but Stormy eats the tuna, but Teddy doesn't really love the tuna. He likes his crunchies, and that's it. And I love him. Come here, Teddy. Come up to Papa. Come on. Don't be a fat. I mean, you are a fat. Look at my baby, guys. Wait, Teddy, wait. You want crunchies? I gotta hold you for a minute. It's a trade-off. Do you want your crunchies, my booby? Come on, my sweets. Just say hi to our friends. All right, fine, whatever. Get out of here. You know what? Hit me right in the face with the tail. Teddy, come on, get a grip on reality. Okay? You're not that hungry. He's used to having an abundance of crunchies, and he doesn't have an abundance of crunchies right now. He's got this, and that's it. He's used to a lot more. But that's okay, Teddy. You know what? You got to work on your money mindset, too. You're working out your life, too, booby. You got to get your vibration up, too. My little sweeties. Sometimes that tail hits me right in the face. Elisa, did you want a card tonight? How about if I pull an oracle card for you from the clarifying deck? But yeah, if you want to watch that video, Elisa, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's like a 20-minute video. It's a little bit long, but I really pour my heart out and I really share a lot of personal stuff. I just feel like that video needed to be said. I don't know why. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'll never go viral in a way, but I feel like the videos I put out, even if they're not getting the views now, I just feel like there's a purpose to these videos. Oh, just the two. I just don't want to post it today. Not the tarot, not the daily tarot. It's in a new playlist. It's a theme I came up with. Hang on, I'll tell you right now. It's like from something to something. Okay, let me pull a card for you. Okay, higher wisdom. Explore options. Learn what you can and expand your horizons. And it says, turn the page. Embrace new chapters with curiosity. Openness paves the path to wisdom. Hi, baby boy. I'm gonna get off here soon, Teddy. I'm gonna get off in a minute because I'm hungry too. I'm gonna make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich when I get off here. You okay, sweetie? He's rubbing his cheek on the cards. It's so cute when cats rub their cheeks on things. Can I tell you guys about my two cats? They never make biscuits, ever, really, ever. I never see these two make biscuits. They're two very non-cat cats. Hi, Stormy Grace, my little baby girl, my sweetheart. Guys, she's a teeny cat. She's such a little teeny cat. She's like a long skinny pork tenderloin. Oh, you didn't interrupt the convo. No, I think I was done. You didn't interrupt anything, but you did miss me speak light language and give a channeled message. That you did miss. So the Magician's Circle launches tomorrow. I'm gonna meet with the two ladies, Brianna and Odette, that signed up for it. And we're gonna meet between 8 and 10 my time. So if I come on here, it's either gonna be earlier before the Magician's Circle, or it might be later after the Magician's Circle. So I might pop on here later. I might be all hyped up from the meeting. I might pop on here later tomorrow night and see who's on here, who wants to hang out. So that launches tomorrow. And, I'm sort of winging this stuff. I have a plan, but I've never really done anything like this. So I'm sort of taking it one step at a time to see what happens, what unfolds before me. You guys okay? Stormy? Teddy? She just knocked the box off my desk for some reason. My little Stormy Grace. She's a sweetie. Today would be the deadline because it's a month-by-month thing. Today would be the deadline, and it comes with a reading for the month to start you out for the month. So what I'll do is tomorrow when I launch it, I'll tell whoever's there, help me, we'll figure out a time where I can give you a reading, like a 3 to 5 card reading, personal reading with me, like 30 minutes or so to start the month out with. And then we meet twice a month. The first, and I think the 22nd is the other Wednesday that we'll meet. And then that'll be for October. And we're gonna meet via private link. Either private link on YouTube, I think might be the best option, or something like that. I think probably YouTube private link. Okay. Strength card. Tame that dragon. Be Khaleesi. Did you guys ever watch Game of Thrones? I watched the first season. I didn't watch anything after that. Oh, no problem. I understand, Elisa. Sometimes I feel like I'm in the same boat too with that stuff. I'm still working through my money mindset. Ooh. 9 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. Looking back, happy, reaping the rewards of what he's doing. I only watched the first season. Oh God, another card fell out, the Tower, but it did fall out and I saw it in reverse. So the Tower, we're coming to the end of a Tower moment. I'm probably gonna be on here 10 more minutes. I'll stay until 10:30, and then I'm gonna hop off here, take care of these little kitty cats, probably watch a couple of episodes of The Connors. And I'll tell you what, I'm really proud of myself for having a very hard time all day yesterday. Even though I started the day by getting some great news about my book, the guy that's publishing my novel, he messaged me, Temperance, waiting patiently for your, and find that emotional, spiritual balance. The publisher reached out to me, my friend John, and he said he got up to chapter 11 and the book is good. He said more than good. It was very nice. He's a professor. And his wife is also a professor. They're very smart people. They both teach English, and she's from Italy. He met her when he was stationed over in Italy, So she's like a legit Italian, not like an American Italian like me, and they're both brilliant people. But yeah, Summerfield read up to chapter 11, and I think he likes my book. He said it's good. He's like, it's good. He's like, it flows easily. It's really good. I think he, as a publisher, sees that it's got a good message. It's a lighthearted romance novel, sort of like in the vein of Nicholas Sparks. And listen, if that's a way for me to be a published author and grow my wealth through writing, I'll happily be Nicholas Sparks 2.0. Okay, I'm just gonna say that, because number one, people can hate his novels and they refer to him as popular fiction because the publishing world and the writing world is very snooty. He may not win a Pulitzer Prize like Toni Morrison, The Bluest Eye, which is right here next to me. But Nicholas Sparks, his books are read by millions of people around the world, and they love them. And his books are made into movies, and people love those too. So who's to say that this book, The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison, is better than Nicholas Sparks? I used to be hung up on wanting to write literature, and maybe I will write something that's considered literature one day. Snooty literature. Maybe I will write that one day. But if everything I write ends up being more like a lighthearted romance novel, but it has a fun message, a good message, and people are reading my work, that's the dream. So even though I started my day out with that encouraging news, very quickly I got stuck in anxiety. But more than that, a lot of stuff was coming up about the past and resentment from my parents and issues that they had. It's all in the video, Lisa, if you want to watch it. The one I posted earlier today. So I'm really proud of myself that I worked through that. I had a breakthrough this afternoon. Even in the midst of feeling like shit, I still posted my videos today. I engaged with people online. I did my best to work through it. I ate the food that was in the house with joy, eggs. I was grateful for the food I had for the cats. I have to go shopping tomorrow at some point, get them some more food. And I just said, all right, I'm just going to go do my live, and I'm just going to feel good and just give back to people and have fun on the live. Before the live, I did go for a walk. Of course, I saw one of my dream boats I see. Actually, this guy's a real dream boat, though. There's a whole story behind that guy. You know how I enjoy the little eye candy? It kind of makes me laugh. Because right before I was going to go home, but I went for more of a walk. And I said to myself, how come I could think of things and they manifest in 12 hours? But where are the clients? Where's the money? And I thought about that particular guy I see all the time. He always goes for walks around the same time. He's always with this woman, but I don't think that they're a couple. There's no energy that they're a couple. It looks like they're just friends or roommates possibly. This time he came jogging behind me, and I got seen from behind, and I was like, holy moly. Skies out, thighs out, brother. Short shorts, legs like tree trunks. I love my white boys, can't help it. I love white guys. I love that all-American classic blonde hair, blue-eyed look. I can't help it. That's just what I'm attracted to. So getting that little bit of eye candy made me laugh. Because 5 minutes after I thought of him, there he was turning the corner. There he was turning the corner. He's a real dreamboat, though. I love that. I don't know what's called a phrase, term of endearment. It's divine timing, right? So I felt a little better about that. I laughed about that. Plus, a good friend of mine, also a Scorpio, he's a gay guy, but we're not like into each other like that. He got a great job offer. He's moving back to New York. Like, everything's working out for Keith. I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. I was genuinely happy for Keith because he's been having a hard time too, like me. He put himself out there. He applied for a job that's different than what he's done before, but really where he could help people. Because he's a Scorpio. He's October 23rd Scorpio, so he's got the intuition. He's got the heart, the soul to help people. He's like, bro, it's good money. He's like, I'm planning to move to New York now. I was like, get the fuck out of here. And it's upstate New York too. I was like, Keith, you got to do it. This is amazing. And so I know that, I'm gonna be proud of myself for this because I was able to transmute heavy negative energy that kept me up a good portion of last night. I didn't sleep great last night. I was up a lot. Not up, but like my mind was racing a lot. I had some wild dreams last night, and you missed the dream too. I told the whole dream story. It was a really good one too. Hi there, welcome in. Who else is here with us? Who are the 3 people with me? I'm just about to wrap up, but we're just chit-chatting right now. And but if anybody wants a reading, let me know. I'm happy to do a reading. I'm proud of myself. I'm going to pat myself on the back for that. That I'm learning to transmute that energy. I'm learning to work through these mindset battles. I'm seeing, it's like a spotlight showing me, yeah, you know what, when life gets easy, you panic. And you feel like because you're not doing enough work and you didn't earn it, you then sabotage yourself to lose it all. Because you feel like you have to constantly work to earn it. And you know what? I'm proud of myself that I overcame all that negativity. I put myself out there. I think I gave back. You know, I love being here, hanging out with you guys. You guys make my life worth doing this whole thing. And so I'm proud of myself that I'm going to go to bed feeling good and having fun. And that's the vibration, that's the receiving vibration. That's what you receive from the universe because you're feeling good. And also with that, I'm learning to, you know, the thing about that past that I talked about is all my life I made excuses for my mom. Not my dad, because he pissed me off. I got mad at him a lot. He was a jerk in a lot of ways. I'm still bad, not a jerk, but he could be jerky in some ways. And, you know, he would get angry and he'd yell and we didn't really get along a lot. But my father, though, deep down just craved love, but none of his sons really ever gave him the love he wanted. We were all kind of mean to him in different ways. But my mom, though, because my dad idolized her, and no one could know that Gloria, this strong woman that people put on the pedestal, no one could know that she was now addicted to pills. And so, in a lot of ways, my mom, yes, she did make up for it. She apologized for it once she got clean. Those last 5 or 6 years of her life, she was herself again. And she was the mom that cooked and baked and, you know, did holidays. And she was wonderful those last few years of her life. But I realized that I was harboring that resentment toward her because I was never admitting. It was a sort of thing like I love her. It was that weird mix of I love her to death and she's my world. And my favorite person in the world was my mom. She was very magnetic. People loved Gloria. But it was that weird mix of loving her so much but hating the effect that her addiction had on me, but also not ever wanting to make her feel bad about it. So in the other dimensions, I said to her last night, I just said out loud in my living room, I said, listen, Ma, Dad, you both fucked up big time. And now from the other dimensions, try to please help me, help John, help Chris, because we're struggling because of what you did, or what you didn't do for us. They just didn't prepare the three of us for life. You know, they just didn't, especially me and my brother John, who's a year older than me. We were just not prepared. And so a lot of it was me facing that and thinking, oh shit, I've been harboring resentment toward my mom all these years. I didn't know it. I was the closest one to her, I think, in a lot of ways. And so I faced that shadow work. I told her I forgive her. I just said, listen, I want to just let this bitterness go. I just want to let it go because if it's hindering my life from advancing, I don't want to hang on to it anymore because I forgive you. I truly forgive and I truly let it go. You know, I'm a stronger person for it. And this is clearly something that I chose to experience in life. But it's hard when you're 7 and from 7 years old on, you know, she's just not the mom that you thought of and she's not the mom that you knew. And so that was very hard for me, but I let it go. And I'm going to say I'm proud of myself. I overcame that negativity and I'm ending the night feeling good, having fun, and feeling connected to the world and to people. And so I know that now I'm back in the receiving mode because what happens as your consciousness grows, you're out of the receiving mode and you're in that negative space again. But the more you grow, the faster you can get out of that negative space and back into the receiving mode. He's a Libra. Happy birthday. My little fatty boy. I'm just petting my little fatty cat. Excuse me, Theodore. Excuse me, little boy. It's tough, man. Yeah, I guess that's what they call shadow work, right? I guess that's the shadow work, the inner work that's hard to face, the things that we don't want to face. Because it was hard for me to you know, I didn't want to make her feel bad. But, you know, she's gone now, so there's no feeling bad. So I posted that video. I opened up about it. I put it out there. Guys, hang on. Somebody's messaging me about buying this old iPhone. Let me just send this chick a message real quick. Hi, 1 second. Does anybody know about iPhones? Can I sell it for good money even if it's locked? I'm only asking $50 for it. It's an iPhone 7 Plus, but it has no scratches on it at all. I kept this thing in mint condition. That iPhone 7 is the one I was using just today, just yesterday to do my videos. $50 is good for a locked phone, right? That's still good, because I think locked phones would go for like $100 on eBay and whatnot. Does anybody know about iPhones? Oh boy. Lissa, you're younger than us. Do you know by chance? You're younger than me. Do you know about iPhones? No, you know what? It should be able to be unlocked because I'm pretty. This is a phone I got rid of years ago, but I'm pretty sure I did eventually pay Spectrum that little bit of money I owed them for this phone. Oh, sorry, Ted. Hi there, just telling the truth. What's your name? Where are you from? Have you been on? I'm just about to wrap the live up actually. Just chatting with a couple of my regulars that come on here and hang out with me, my friends. Hi there, Reedy. Would you like me to pull a card for you, give you an intuitive reading? If so, go ahead and like the live and subscribe to my channel, help the channel grow, and then I'll pull a card for you before I wrap up here tonight. All right, did you like the live yet? Let me see 13 likes there, and then I'll give you a card and I'm gonna wrap up. Where are you from in the world? Tell me your name, your age, and your zodiac sign, and where you're from. Oh, I see. Sorry, you said India already, and Reedy. My apologies. I'm losing it now. I've been on here for a few hours. I'm getting a little bit tired. What's your age and zodiac sign? You're Capricorn, and what's your age? How old are you? I just got to make sure you're 18 or older because earlier in the chat I had 14-year-olds on here and I had to kick them out. Oh, no, you're fine. 31 Capricorn. Okay, let's see. Okay, you got the Page of Swords. This would actually be somebody around your age studying right now, maybe in school. You know, actually getting to that night age where you approaching 30 or whatnot. Page of Swords is good energy. It's about doing research, figuring things out. This could also be somebody coming to you with some information. This is air energy, which is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Surrounded by the color blue, this person follows their intuition. They say this is like the card of studying and learning because it's involving your mind. So it could be symbolic of you. Maybe you're in university, maybe you're studying, maybe you're going to school for something in particular. Could it be a new job? I guess, yeah, somebody could come to you with a job offer, sure. It might be. It could be saying do research and find, do some research, putting those applications out, how it would work in India. I'm sorry, I'm not sure. I'm a little dumb with that. It could be symbolic of showing you, yeah, put the effort in, do the research, figure out what kind of job you want, where you want to work, what you want to do, and then apply for those jobs strategically by doing the research for the jobs. And look at the page. He's like as big as the clouds. So he's got a strong mindset about him. He's able to get that work done, figure that thing out, because his mind is on a higher realm. So, seek your higher guidance, meditate, and you'll find that, you'll find the right place to go. Hi there, I see 5 people on here. Anybody that just jumped on, would you like a card reading in exchange for subscribing and liking the live? You're welcome, Ridi. You're welcome. Have you been to the lives before? I think you've been here before. If not, come back and hang out with us. Thank you guys for the subscribes. I appreciate that. You're helping the channel grow. You're really encouraging me to keep doing this. Oh, good, yeah. You have a holiday going on right now in India, right? For Durga? Navaratri Durga? Happy Navaratri? Hang on one second. Thank you, thank you. Have you checked out my reels before? I appreciate that. Navratri, happy Navratri. Yes, someone on here earlier, Vishali, she was telling us about the holiday. Okay, before I hop off here, guys, because I've been on here for a few hours, I'm getting tired and hungry. My cats are hungry. Does anybody else want a reading? $313. Okay, I'm probably gonna hop off here in just a second. I can know what my limits are. And I'm at my limit now tonight. Boy, the time really flies. It really goes fast here. Good night, my friends. No worries. I'm in the States. I'm in Alabama from New York City. I'm an Italian guy from Queens, New York City. Good night, my friends. I will probably be on here at least for a little while after I wrap up the Magician Circle tomorrow, my online tarot club, which launches tomorrow. But other than that, I'll come back. It meets twice a month, so at least for twice a month, I won't be live. I've decided for my lives, I'm gonna go live, I don't know. Sundays are sort of in the air. If I feel like going live, I'll go live on a Sunday. If I don't, I'm just gonna relax. That's how I'm gonna approach it, but it's gonna be Monday through Saturday for the rest of the week. Thank you guys. Good night, everybody. I'll see you all tomorrow, possibly. If not, I'll see you guys on Thursday. And happy October, guys. Fall is officially here. Libra season is here. Scorpio season is coming up. I will be 46 before I know it, guys. I'm close to 50, guys. That's a wake-up call, isn't it? Close to 50. Shoot. But I don't think I look my age. Not that even if I looked at my age, I don't care. I want to look my age. I want the smile lines, the gray hair. All right, I'm gonna hop off here. Let me take care of my cats. Good night, everybody. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining, for hanging out with me, for being my friends, for making the time go by. I don't feel so lonely now. I'll see you guys tomorrow.